Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
Go Ravens.
You're cheering for the Ravens?
Oh, heck yes. I want Lamar Jackson to get his...
Oh, hello and welcome to What We're Talking About with Jamie Jakes. I am him, and we are live from Dingbat District Studios in where are we? North Richmond Hills, Texas, watching the Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. Mr. Miles, you're going to have to sit over here, buddy, next to it, sandwich right in between those two. It is best to sync up with us at home. The time on the clock, good job avoiding the cords. Nope. Here, Miles, is 14:42 is on the clock, and I'm confirming that you can hear us at home. Here, while we're just getting started, do you want me to move that mic over here? That mic's not plugged into anything. Oh. So not important. Good looking out, though, Mr. Paxton. You're watching a live stream watch party. Welcome. If it's your first time, please leave a comment if you're here with us. Play action rolls out to the right hand. Look at this Lamar Jackson special gain of 5 on a play action RPO. It appears.
Why don't you think they did that at all during the regular season?
I do not know. Probably they wanted longevity out of.
When your quarterback's been injured the second half of the year, the last 2 seasons, you kind of take some precautions.
Yeah,
I was kidding. It feels like that's how they got to this division game.
He's been throwing the ball really well, and I'll give everybody their introductions here in a second. We do have brand new microphones, new setup today. So if you hear a little bit of static, if you hear something that you're not used to, sorry. Snap is away. Blitz up the middle, picked up. Oh, and Aguilar drops a first down catch over the middle, and they are going to start with a 3 and out, the Baltimore Ravens. We missed the flyover. Did anybody catch what planes we had flying over here at Baltimore?
Superman, from what I saw.
Superman?
It was a pretty big pull this week.
Oh, Superman was going to be the flyover, yeah. And we're going to. Oh, they can even hear you, Paxton. So that's good news.
I was gonna say that, like, you might hear some things you're not used to, like Paxton Bailey.
Welcome to the show for the first
time.
Snap
is away. Kick is up. Stout has the ball in the air, and it is a deep ball caught at the 10-yard line. Makes one man miss and spins out of bounds. That's not going to be Kadarius Toney. I think Kadarius Toney is out.
I talked to a Ravens fan last night, and they were actually scared that Kadarius Toney was injured because his replacement might be able to catch the ball.
He is a good Kadarius Toney is a good punt returner, kick returner. But yeah, you're right. He's pretty unreliable when it comes to things like hanging onto the ball and not getting injured.
Fundamentals seem to elude him.
Yeah, nothing super important. Patrick Mahomes had gotten the fight with the kicker of the Ravens, Justin Tucker, pregame.
What?
Yeah.
How does that even? Do those two even interact at any points?
Snap is away, screen to Kelsey. He's going to catch it, and he'll gain about 3 yards after falling
did Justin
forward.
Tucker hit on Miss Piggy?
No, actually, so Justin Tucker was just warming up, minding his own business in his own end zone. This is at Baltimore, and Patrick Mahomes was warming up. He wanted him out of the way. He wanted Justin Tucker out of the way, and Travis Kelce actually came over, kicked all of Justin Tucker's kicking balls away, and threw his helmet.
What?
Yeah, that all
The
happened
Chiefs are
pregame.
gonna lose.
Spicy.
They're going to lose. You don't respect the king.
Snap is away, looks to the left, throws to the left, caught for another big gain. Was that Pacheco?
Yes,
Feels
Pacheco.
like
Wow,
Pacheco,
Pacheco
yeah.
on a little curl route.
He's been utilized in the passing game quite a bit the last few weeks.
Great ball out of his hands quick. Ravens got a little bit of pressure, but yeah, I was all the way in on the Chiefs winning until I saw that, and I was like, "Oof, that's
a no-no."
That is a no-no. I don't like the football gods. I don't see the football gods smiling nicely on
It
that.
seems scared.
Snaps away, screen pass to the rookie Pacheco. He's got a man, not Pacheco, Rice. He's got a man out in front. Big gain of 11 or so, and that'll be a first down. Rashee Rice looks good with the ball out of his hands, but also looks incredible with the balls in his hands.
Does still look like he's learning how to run with human legs. But other than that,
Does have a little bit of a giraffe.
He
Giraffe.
would be interesting as a punt returner. I feel like he would be a great hands team candidate.
I agree.
Yeah, but you don't want what's going to be your
Already
star
too good.
runner.
Handoff up the middle. Pacheco breaks one.
Oh.
Gain of 11 again. That'll be a first down at midfield. Exactly what I was about to say, Paxton. Like, unfortunately, already too good to return
Yeah.
punts.
Mhm.
Not in the Kadarius Toney realm. He is all in number one wide receiver on the team behind Travis
See
Kelce.
what Blake Bell does here to pave this just beautiful.
Yeah, Blake Bell.
That and the left guard Smith, he has a really good block to keep that and seal that guy from coming in at all.
Great run by Pacheco. Great start for the Chiefs, marching down the field pretty quickly.
Quickly, they're not holding the ball. It's definitely a
Yeah, snap
two-step.
is away. Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the carry for maybe a yard on the play before he gets munched up by that Baltimore defense.
He could not do the same thing that Pacheco did.
He's a very different runner.
By very different, we mean bad.
Yeah, when compared to Pacheco.
Dude, I
I
really
just
hope
think he's like Devin Singletary though. To me, he's the guy you should have out on the wheel route instead of Pacheco. I get Pacheco can catch it, but to me, Hilaire seems better in space than Pacheco, who just makes his own space.
Pacheco is back out there. Tight end goes in motion. Snap is away. Play action. Nope, handoff to Pacheco, and he's going to pound forward for a gain of 8 or so. It'll be third and very manageable in 4-down territory as well.
This is where you're going to get Kelsey and it's a little bit of a disguise route where he just kind of gets to the sticks.
I agree. That's what I thought that play was going to be, the way Mahomes kind of handed it off a little bit gingerly. It looked like he kind of second-guessed his decision to hand it off there for a second, but it worked out. No shots of Taylor Swift yet. We will be playing a Taylor Swift drinking game,
Oh, nice.
just like the Sheila Ford Hamp drinking game.
I'm still wanting to know more. I can't wait for commercial because I want to hear more about the altercation with Kelsey and Holmes and Tucker.
Handoff is up the middle to Pacheco.
Oh!
He
He
gets
gets
wrapped
some
up
months
around
there
the
for
ankles.
sure.
Raquan Smith, I believe that
That
is.
is Agent Zero.
Great tackle.
Beautiful read.
Yeah, how did he even get there?
Just right through. He was better at finding the hole than Pacheco.
Yeah.
He definitely,
He might have just.
They're gonna
drove
go
at
for
the
it.
line.
Yeah, like I said, they are in that kind of no man's land. Too far for a field goal, too close to punt, and they are going to go for it. So they probably call that play knowing full well they're going for it if they don't get it on 4th down. That's CEH in the backfield. Rice goes in motion, rolls out to the right, throws up over the middle to guess who? Kelsey. Ryan Perrio called it exactly.
Good prediction, sir.
Yep,
Snagged it out of the air.
he sure did. You don't want to get Kelsey and Mahomes hot this early if you're the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it just creates an interesting dynamic with the pregame of those two. It seems like there might already be a fire lit.
Yep.
It was just a good matchup too. They saw it was on an undersized corner, gave him a good move at the line, and just kind of go overpower him.
See, I'm still under the prediction that Kelsey doesn't even want to win this game because he'd rather be in Japan with his girlfriend on February 7th.
I would too. I mean, if I was Kelsey, handoff up the middle to Pacheco, Raquan Smith in on that tackle again, gain of 4 or so. Dave Jakes was pretty upset that we didn't start on time. So
sorry, man.
Apologize. We usually start sort of on time on these big games. We'll start on time for the Lions game.
So all comedians and no good comedy show starts on time.
Yeah.
So that's just
Comedy is not an on-time art.
Yeah. He also said, let's go, Mr. Pfizer. So he's pulling for the Chiefs, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah, especially with how the Lions fared against both of these teams in the season. The Lions and the Chiefs played.
If we get Lions Ravens, we have a whole Hogwarts Super Bowl. Guys.
Snap is away, drops back to pass. Deep to the left. Man in that area, it's going to be a flag on either a hold or potentially a spot foul for a pass interference.
We can probably get Natalie way more on board with football again if we pitch it as an all Hogwarts Super Bowl.
Who's that? Lions and
Lions would be Gryffindor, and the Ravens would be Ravenclaw.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it could be a theme thing. We could all come representing our favorite house.
Could have a theme party. Except the only problem with that is I am a Ravenclaw, and I can't be.
You can't do that.
Our dog is a Gryffindor, though, so that makes sense.
Yeah, so you're good.
Did anyone pay attention to that replay? Was it a good call? I sure didn't.
Sorry, I was distracting.
It looked like a bad call. It looked like legs tangled up.
Yeah, Harbaugh seems to think it was a bad call, but I hate that guy. And we're spooling here at the Dingbat District Studios. I'm also on the Wi-Fi at Paxton. A big long spool here on CBS. Are we on YouTube TV, Paxton?
We are not on YouTube TV.
Oh, this is going to be a fun football commentary session. We're going to have to improvise what we think might be happening. I feel like the ref's probably talking to America right now.
Yeah, we missed a touchdown.
Really? What if it's a defensive touchdown? Like it just all.
No,
it was a pick six.
It was the Chiefs.
Any idea who it was to?
It was the Chiefs touchdown.
Hey, Dave Jakes, how about we switch roles? You do commentary and we'll react to you.
Yeah.
Let us know what's going on.
Paxton, get out of there and get on YouTube TV, buddy. We're on commercial break.
Yeah, dude.
That stream was way behind. That stream was like 2 minutes behind. That's why Dave Jakes was so upset.
Oh, Dave, our apologies.
Yeah.
Dingbat District is living up to its name right now.
The Dingbat District Studios. Recording live. And this is why we are thankful that the Chiefs and the Ravens game is first.
It's the tech issues game.
It's the tech issues game. We did have tech issues leading up to it, which set us up in this situation because we got new microphones. We were trying out a new caster through the microphone set.
You know, while we're at it, we should potentially reposition the camera because Ryan and I are going to get real fucking comfortable with each other otherwise throughout this.
Ryan, you can definitely switch over this direction. I am right on the edge of.
I've got a crack on my crack and a microphone in my leg.
This couch is like.
So now the only issue is the microphone is directly in Ryan Perio's face. So let's maybe put that as a buffer in between your knees.
Cool.
So you guys don't have to rub.
I didn't want to not touch Ryan at all.
Oh, you just want to touch him a little bit?
This feels weird though. Like, were you ever in school where you got those buffers put up so you can talk to your friends while you're taking a test?
Wow.
Ours was manila fold.
Like, I can't cheat off of you guys to know how I'm supposed to react to football right now.
So that was. I wonder why Dave Jakes is cheering for Mr. Pfizer today.
Yeah.
So the Lions play the Chiefs instead of the Ravens.
But is that really what you want?
I feel like the Ravens.
I feel like they got a better chance than if the Ravens come in hot.
Was a Travis Kelce touchdown? You guys want to do a fake live reaction?
Yeah, definitely.
So Travis Kelce goes out on a kind of like a double move.
Oh, is he gonna get it? Oh, catch!
It is a darn
Who
good
could have
catch.
seen that coming?
To be fair, that's a darn good catch.
That's a really good catch.
Darn good catch.
That was a darn good catch. Wow,
All right.
absolutely incredible.
Kyle Hamilton had really good coverage on that. I mean, really, that's the only place it couldn't. Wow, last time Baltimore hosted a championship was in '70.
Really?
The
That's
Colts.
crazy.
When it was the Colts.
So we actually did get accused of having a scripted short on our channel. It was when I called that Mike Evans was going to get 70 yards in like 34 seconds.
Yeah.
Somebody said it was
What
scripted.
an idiot, dude. All of our shorts are scripted.
Like the
You only thought that one was?
It's like the 51st dates where they had the Vikings game and he's gonna throw it to Klein Saucer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kick
dude.
is into the end zone. And we're going to get you re-synced up with us here at the Dingbat District Studios. Once the snap is away, the Baltimore Ravens will get an opportunity to answer after that touchdown. Watching some replays here with Lamar Jackson, some next-gen style thingies. Isn't the YouTube TV app just superior to all other apps? It really is incredible. Takes up less Wi-Fi somehow. Better picture.
And we always do end up getting a better quality whenever we go to it.
Definitely better.
Let's not jinx it.
Yeah, I was about to say, we got snap is away, play action, pass. Nope, over the middle, rolls out to the right, looking over the middle, is going to stiff arm one guy, he's going to run back 13 yards, he's going to throw it out of bounds, be outside of the tackle box. Didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, it looked
He was
like.
just barely outside of the tackle.
Dude.
I don't
That
know.
looked scary for them for a second.
I don't know if he got that back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't think he did.
That might be like a 30-yard sack, essentially. Yeah, he was looking at Andrews over the middle. Andrews back off of his fractured ankle. Good to see him back somewhat healthy if you're a dynasty manager of his.
Yeah, so that's the hash mark right behind him.
How much are you
Wow.
sweating if you're the sideline of the Baltimore Ravens watching that?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's you have to live and die by your man. Like
That's what he's known
better
for.
that than Tyrone Huntley or his backup.
Man goes in motion, drops back to pass, a better pocket this time, throw over the middle to guess who? Mr. Andrews, and that'll be a gain of 9. They don't call the intentional grounding for what it's worth.
I know I'm worried a little bit because it feels like he's kind of getting tunnel vision towards Mark Andrews.
He really is locking in on Mark Andrews, but at least he looked him off that time, right?
Yeah.
But he was going to him
But I'm
all
just
the way.
worried that maybe
3rd and 1, handoff up the middle. He's going to get munched up.
Ooh,
Stop.
just
Short.
shy.
Holy.
Drew Tranquil from Notre Dame.
He looks
Yeah.
like
Notre
he had
Dame drink.
whiplash after that. If you
Great
want to play a fun
tackle.
drinking game at home, you can drink every time
Oh,
we have
they're going to go
games.
for it.
No, they're not.
They
They're going to try to draw the foul.
They're trying to get him to
I don't
jump.
know. When you got probably one of the best running quarterbacks.
I was going to say they're just going to run a QB draw. That's exactly what they're going to do. They don't even run the hard count. Oh my gosh. And he breaks through. He's got one man to beat. Wow. And on 4th and 1, they run an obvious. They should run that play if this was Madden.
Yeah.
You just run that every time.
That was
Yeah.
that was like 1920s football. That was literally a quarterback.
I thought that he was just going to take off on him, too, for a second. I guess he had more speed than I realized.
He almost broke away.
He
Yeah,
had-
it was real close.
I watched this man in college, and he literally
Okay.
can outrun that guy if he could.
If he could just get the corner.
Yeah.
L'Jarius Sneed able to run him down. Man not known for his kind of breakaway speed, but still a cornerback. Had a good angle on him.
I just think Lamar Jackson was so surprised he was he
He's
got
like,
that
"Oh, shit, what do I do now?"
because he's like afraid he's going to drop. You can see he's like double clutching the football because he's afraid he's going to drop it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think,
like-
too, also, you've got to be considering the fact that it's the first quarter of this game, and you don't want to take a huge hit right here. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to fuck up your throwing arm.
Or that would turn the football over and give the Chiefs a chance to go up an extra possession on you. You've got to get some points out of this possession. You can't come up empty with that team if your defense is not going to be up to the task of stopping their offense.
As we go to commercial break here. So I have been talking to a few humans. My name is Jamie Jakes, by the way. Thanks for joining in with us. Ryan Perio, sitting to my left. Thank you for being on, buddy.
Thank you for having us.
Texans fan, still representing Texans Nation. Why wouldn't you?
It's the only,
Scrubbing for action.
it's the only football stuff I have. So I gotta, I guess, represent what team you have.
Well, but why wouldn't you be excited about the Texans, you know?
Oh, like
You
I
got a lot to
said,
be excited about.
to me, I thought, the way it ended was better than him being close and then just not. I feel like having a bitter taste in your mouth for the end of the season makes
Yeah.
that chip on your shoulder just that much bigger next year, and that you come back and just hungrier because you got close, but then you saw how tall the mountain still is to climb.
A little bit of confidence after taking out the Browns, and then, a little bit of,
Humble pie.
humble pie / let's get this next season. So, yeah, I would say probably outside of actually winning the Super Bowl, probably the perfect way for it to end for him. So yeah, I would be really excited. And just the way that roster is built, you still got the Browns or you got the Browns first round pick
Yes.
this upcoming season.
We traded for Will Anderson. We gave away our pick. So Cardinals have our pick. We have your pick. And so beating you, I think, gives us 2 or 3 positions closer in the draft than what we would have had if we had just kept our own pick.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think the way that roster is constructed and all the young talent you have, kind of like the Bengals window that's kind of closing right now, where you have the 2-star rookie wide receiver or young wide receivers and a superstar quarterback. I mean,
we need a running game. That is
you sure do.
I think that's what really hindered Bobby Slowick in the interviews this year is like there are some questions like people when the Cowboys season ended, there were people in my DM saying, what about Slowick? And I was like, I think there's going to be some questions about the inconsistencies against poor teams, like a loss against the winless Carolina Panthers and a real lack of a running game. And it just seems like, it just doesn't seem like when it's going well, it's all CJ Stroud. When it's not going well, nothing's going right. And so,
and that's a testament to CJ Stroud, the lack of support he had, because no one expected them to be good this year.
Yeah.
Right. And CJ Stroud just kind of overcame a lot.
They gave us poor draft grades for trading our pick for Will Anderson, basically saying that we would be in the top 5 again and that the Cardinals would have 2 top 5 selections.
Yeah, whatever. Lamar Jackson under center, handoff up the middle.
Oh,
and that's the Gus bus, Gus Edwards.
Gus Edwards says, hold my beer, Isaiah Pacheco. You're not the only one that can run through a stack box.
He might be playoff Gussie, like kind of how playoff Lenny or playoff Eddie, right? Because he's Edwards, playoff Eddie.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what we're seeing here. Also sitting here with Mr. Most Days Off on all social media platforms, Miles Francis. Thank you for joining us on the casting couch today.
Yeah, dude, stoked as always. This is like the most mattering of football that it has so far. So arguably the only week that will matter more is 2 weeks from now. This is great.
And the Pro Bowl. Wait, jump back to pass.
You're right.
Uh-oh, pressured. Breaks one tackle. He's still on him. Throws it deep to the right. No. And it's caught! Zay Flowers on the catch. Holy shit. Found him open deep. Almost got sacked, spun out of it, and that's why people were saying that this is going to be a rather fun game to watch.
Sure He's the magic man.
Remember when Drew Tranquil had that little, that whole, celebration for the stop on? Now he's just wondering what happened because he had him, and you just can't go that high on Lamar Jackson. He's just that elusive and just that ability to just shake.
And that route by Flowers, he got wide open, dude. This is going to be a rookie game.
To me, I feel like 32 got caught looking in the backfield, saw the arms on Lamar Jackson, kind of took his eyes off his receiver.
Yeah, that was actually Leo Chenal on the pressure, second-year linebacker out of Wisconsin. And number 32, Nick Bolton.
Yeah.
On friend of the show, Nick Bolton. Caleb B. Davis went to high school with him allegedly or something like that.
Yeah, so tight friends for sure.
Oh, super tight. Yeah, the best of friends.
Yeah, he'll be here probably for the Super Bowl, I would imagine. I know he keeps canceling on us because of family stuff, but it'll happen. He'll be
Nick Bolton.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about Caleb B. Davis for a second.
No, Caleb legitimately hates us. He will never be back.
Yeah, that's right.
He's making up excuses.
Also, host of the NFC AFC Championship game for What Are We Talking About with Jamie Jakes, Dingbat District Studios owner, sort of, Paxton Bailey. How you doing, buddy?
Thanks for having me, man. Hank, thanks for having me in my home. It's been
You're welcome.
great. I'm glad. Like I said, this is one of my favorite ways to do it because I don't have to leave.
Yeah,
it's nice.
You came into my house and took over, and I just got to sit on my other couch and watch.
Yeah.
And for those longtime listeners, that is actually Paxton Bailey's voice you're hearing on the mic.
hearing for the first time ever. No, we've kind of got it.
I think sure.
Got the thing kind of figured out. Did you guys hear, speaking of these microphones that we just got, did you guys hear about that, the pastor who got in trouble for embezzlement and fraud?
I thought that was all pastors.
No. This one actually got caught. And he went on his like a mega church guy. He went on his YouTube channel and he was like, God told me we needed renovation for our kitchen. And apparently the IRS didn't buy it. But anyways, he had the same microphone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's we got good recommendations. These come
From the Lord.
From the Lord. Yeah.
Outside of getting like the high end one, I forget it's like this SM78 or whatever.
Yeah.
These are 7B are the middle class. They are the Honda, not the Acura. If you want.
Well, they're like you know what they are? They're like a Supra, right? Because they're a high end. They're like in the high end category, but they're the cheapest. They're the cheapest version of it.
Yeah.
It's like David Jakes'
Oh, Dave Jake says he's talking shit. He says he has more days off than Mr. Most days off, which is true because he's retired.
Oh, that's absolutely fair. My
Yeah.
name is ironic because I don't have any.
Yeah,
Mr. Jakes is Mr. All Days Off.
Yeah.
he's been retired for a while,
That's cool.
living the dream. Yeah, worked for GM for a while, and then had enough money saved to where when the bailouts came, he took a pretty good package because they were trying to like offload people. And from what I understand, they were like paying people to quit, and that's kind of how.
That is the American dream. Right there. Congratulations.
Pretty much is how it happened.
God, I wish I could get like a retirement amount just to say.
Well, he already earned his whatever it's called, that thing that people used to get.
Pension?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
So he already earned that, but
Hell
then
yeah, dude.
But then they were
That's
like,
awesome, man. Then you got plenty of time to sit back, rewind, and watch What Are You Talking About with JB
Yeah.
Jakes.
And
2
then-
minutes behind the actual football game, apparently.
But Kathleen says he no longer gets vacation days or holidays.
That is a bummer. Play action, dump off to Pacheco, got some space to run, and he got run out of bounds, gain of 4.
I
on
like
the play.
Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey is a severely underrated cornerback. Like all the other Alabama corners that get so much publicity, like, what's his name? Sertan, Asante. This guy has quietly just been one of the most dominant corners in the NFL.
It's easy to be a quiet, dominant corner because nobody throws to you after a while.
Yeah, you just get lost.
Your presence just does the job for you.
Yeah. Pacheco goes in motion. Patrick Mahomes drops back to pass. Clowney pressured up the middle. Toss to wow. And see what I mean?
Yeah.
How quick he is, how much
Yeah.
acceleration he has with the ball in his hands. Rasheed Rice, we're talking about. SMU.
Yep.
I think he graduated because he was like 23 coming out of college. So I hope he graduated. He was in college for like 6 years, but
He's the real person that Van Wilder was based off. Right here.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, go back to like the corner thing you're talking about, and really, I think defensively, a lot of positions are this way. It almost reminds me of like the Mike Tyson stare down, where people talk about Mike Tyson beat more of his opponents in the stare down than he did in the ring because they were just so terrified
Go look
to
at
get in the ring with that man.
Handoff up the middle.
Ooh,
to
Kyle
Pacheco.
Hamilton, Notre Dame graduate.
Drink.
There was, I'm not sure, but there was a, I'm blanking on who it was, but there was like a very famous like safety, and it was just basically like it was like an island that you just did not throw.
Revis Island.
Yes, that's it.
Darryl-
Thank you. Yeah,
Darryl Revis.
Yeah.
That's why whenever I announce Nathan, I call him Nathan Revis because that's how people used to say. No one gets it.
Well,
It's just
now they
it's
might.
strictly for me.
It's a day.
The best jokes are just for you, bro.
I do have one of my most proud jokes. It's like one of those jokes where like two people snap is away, drops back to pass, rolls out to the right. He's got room to run. 40,
Mahomes is
45.
like, hey, I can do
Ooh.
that too.
Took a big little pop.
Surprised there's not a flag on that.
I think obviously good no call. Took a little pop there.
He fit forward. He fell forward, so it's not a illegal hit. He's
Yeah, but little baby boy Patrick got hurt. He got hit.
I
It's not
think
fair.
he likes to get rough.
Yeah,
He put his head into that man's
Yeah.
ass. That's not on
Yeah.
the defense.
I hope they fix that kind of late slide thing with QBs. That'll be what
It's
a big.
gonna be taken. We've talked about it, but it's going to get exploited if they don't
Yeah,
change
well,
it.
it already is. They need to. They'll fix it. I'm sure that'll be something they look at. Snap is away. Play action. Screen to Mr. Pfizer. He catches it. Wow! Rasheed Rice took a block.
Got laid out,
Patrick
bro.
Queen says, "Okay, you want to come play blocker?" Okay.
Yeah. How old are you? 24 and a half? This is how we do it in the men's league, buddy.
perfect pass, just right.
Yeah,
Great block by
That was a nice little
Pacheco.
lob.
And honestly, Rasheed Rice served his purpose on the play, but he took a fall there.
I mean, you need pawns and chess, dude. It happens.
4 receptions, 41 yards, and a touchdown. I think 2 of those receptions we might have missed. That's all right. Who gives a fuck? No one's watching. Patrick Mahomes is under center. Man goes in motion. Handoff up the middle to Pacheco, the hardest runner in the game. And he's going to gain about 5
False
yards.
start call. That's interesting because Jawan Taylor basically just was rocking back and forth all pre-snap.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. A little bit of motion, a little bit of movement up in the offensive line early in that play. Boy, I sure hope we sound good. Feels like we sounded good when I was checking
It
earlier.
looks like we sound good.
It looks like we
I mean,
sound
that
great.
feels
I mean,
important.
we could always refer to the Jakes and see how we're sounding.
Yeah. Tell us if we sound any different, better or worse. Snap is away, drops back to pass, screen to Clyde. He catches it. And yeah, he's gonna get shoved out of bounds. We'll see if they spot him. Yeah, they're gonna give him forward progress there. I don't like those helmets without the bar on the top.
Mhm.
Call me old school, but I think they look stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's there's something about them that, like, I guess reduces contact or whatever. So maybe it disperses the contact throughout the helmet.
I think it's a running back helmet because I saw Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah,
I think had the same style helmet.
it may just be something where it
Deflects the
Puts the
head on
energy,
head contact because that's where running backs get hit most often. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, snap is away, drops back to pass, plenty of time.
Ooh, nice pickup. by
Throws
the
it,
right
and guess
tackle.
who? Rasheed Rice. Did they send pressure there, Ryan Perrio?
Yeah, and Rasheed Rice is hurt.
He's getting up slow. He banged his knee. He does a really, really great job
He
of
got
making
hip dropped. He got hip dropped. Like,
he does a really good job of making his dynasty managers, buttholes get a little bit tight watching him in the playoffs because you don't score points here.
Yeah.
You just want if you
just wanna
strictly care about your dynasty asset, you don't even really want him to play.
Oh, are they spoofing the swag surf?
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
They swag surfed
dude.
on him. That we did miss that
We
too.
missed the celebration. They're getting personal tonight here in Baltimore, this afternoon in Baltimore, I should say.
Yeah. That was really unfortunate that we missed that touchdown. But hey, what do you expect?
Well, that was actually the touchdown we saw. We just missed so far we missed the touchdown and celebration.
No, we saw Lamar Jackson run.
Yeah, we missed
You're right.
the Kelsey touchdown.
You're
That's
right.
what we missed.
David Jake said he thought there was an echo, but apparently Kathleen had her phone on too. We appreciate the extra listenership, Mrs. Jake. So if you definitely want to keep it up, you can maybe put it in a different room.
Dude, my grandpa does not understand technology at all, and he's been using his phone to like navigate in Chicago where they live, but he doesn't know how to use it. And anytime something goes wrong, he gets mad at my grandma and tells her to put her phone away because his phone is interfering with her, or her phone is interfering with his. And it's the funniest thing because she like puts it in her purse and that somehow fixes it.
It's a series of tubes.
Yeah.
You only have enough tubage to get through, enough content to get through one tube at a time.
Always cracks me up though, dude. He'll get so mad at her, and it's just like, bro.
I'm trying not to imagine what's happened on this couch because it's very sinky in places.
I mean, we do know Dante used to live here. So.
Yeah.
Why is Dante having sex on my couch and I'm not?
Because you're obviously not.
I was about to say.
To y'all's knowledge, I'm not a bad person.
I think it's even worse. Is it's probably neither of its sex. It's probably just
Yeah, it's just an old couch, okay? I'm poor.
just self mutilation, basically.
Shout out Cody Swindell. This was a curb couch.
Nice.
Oh, you guys from Cody? This is a
So
Cody
Don-
couch?
No, this was given to me. It was on my cousin's curb.
Dante had sex with a homeless person on this couch. What you
Maybe.
trying to say?
There was one time though I wasn't sure and I didn't want to leave just so it didn't happen. But
I have a couple patients who look like homeless people, and sometimes they walk into the gym and people are like, dude, what are you doing here? Because we have homeless people walking into, like, it's in the Dallas
Sure, yeah.
office. I don't know why that
I got
makes sense.
screamed
I was
at.
going to say the Grapevine office because it's me. But I'm
Oh,
also
no.
always coming from a workout, so I just
No, you never look homeless when you come to my office. Look at you.
I
You
mean,
got
he's
like
homeless now. Like
You look how loungy and comfortable your slippers are. You're not homeless. Clearly, you're living in luxury, my
Yeah.
dude.
$20 on Amazon.
you're like a robe.
Shout out.
You're like a robe away from being a dad. Right?
I've got
You're
the
just-
robe. I just figured it
Add
was
a white Russian,
unprofessional
and
to
you
wear.
are the dude.
White
Patrick
Russians are
rolls out to
fantastic.
the right, throws it to Rasheed Rice, and guess what? He's gonna make one man.
No, I thought he was going
Oh.
twice for
He
the
got
spin.
he got
Lit.
mollywopped on that play. I don't know who that was who laid the lumber on the third contact, but he's kind of like Jahmyr Gibbs. When he's got the ball in his hands, he's always gonna make at least one man
He's
miss.
got that little short area quickness.
And that was Raquan Smith. Raquan Smith came over the top and just absolutely took his head off.
Oof.
He
think
like
he just got-
over
like,
rotated.
I don't
I'm
think
wondering
he
if they're going
gets
to pull
tackled.
him out for this snap. That looked like a play where he just kind of stumbled on his own after the
Yeah,
contact.
I think he when you see people do
Yeah.
like a front flip and they over rotate,
Yeah.
they do like a
Mhm.
1 1/4 front flip. That seemed like what that happened there. Pass out of his bad
buddy.
drop, and that's why James,
Richie
and that's
James.
Kadarius Toney's replacement basically for the game.
So you can tell he's learning from his mentor.
He's Kadarius Phony.
I think Kadarius Toney is
Bro,
Kadarius
that's
Toney.
bad, dude. I mean, like, it may have been like a half step behind, but it was in his hands.
You got to catch that if you get paid over
Mhm.
$100,000 a year to do your job.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of money. Patrick Mahomes also makes a lot of money. He is that was his first incompletion of the game. Yikes!
And one that you clearly could not blame on him.
No.
Like,
I mean, but they aren't really like I say, he hasn't held the ball for a few plays. Like there's been a few plays where he's kind of held it, but for the most part, it's been out quick.
Patrick Mahomes holds on to the ball this play.
This is a good coverage.
Plenty of
now.
time.
dude.
Fifth man
seriously.
rushes. He's got a man, Clowney behind him. He gets hit. Wow!
Oh!
Travis Kelsey,
He got-
Mr. Pfizer.
He got Pfizer superpowers or something.
He really did.
You know, the fact that he's willing to put this much effort into his relationship with Patrick Mahomes makes me feel like him and Taylor are going to go.
I wonder if
Bingo.
Mahomes is kind of shaking that hit off because he got his legs kind of.
Yeah, he got hit by behind from Clowney, I believe.
Yeah, no, he got undercut.
Tabletopped, yeah.
How much time did he have in that? Like that, he like
Felt
sat
like
there
12
for
Mississippi, and they sent
minutes.
5,
Yeah.
and then they sent a 6th. That's the one that stopped him. Screen to
Gray.
Noah Gray, and he'll gain about 5 yards here. What a game we're watching. I'm
Yeah,
so
dude.
pumped. This is great. Does life get any better than this? Probably if the Lions win, that would be a way to
Yeah.
get better.
I feel like we should save this clip for whatever happens, regardless tonight, to put it a side by side like sketch situation. Does life get better than this? And it's either going to go one way or the other. Real hard.
Yeah. I don't know how I was thinking about this, like win or lose, how I'm gonna feel if the Lions win, if the Lions lose. I don't know. It's unprecedented territory for what it's worth. I think Dave Jakes had a stat on that. Handoff up the middle, and that'll be a gain of 2
Kathleen
or 3.
Jakes throwing some shade on the offspring there. With the
I have sons who look like homeless people.
Oh, the shade.
She's only got 2 sons, so one of them has to be me in this
Yeah.
scenario. I've been taking care of my facial hair and my face and my deodorant, so can't say that about me. At least
Thing
right
is,
now.
you were adopted, and that was her way of telling you.
No, I look exactly like my dad. I wish I
You wish you were adopted?
was like
Isn't that a kick in the?
a weird, a
Way
strange.
to alienate our only viewers.
Does your
dude.
brother
Yeah.
look like your dad or more like your mom?
We look exactly alike. Me and my brother.
Me and my
Yeah.
dad look exactly the same. I'm like, I'm adopted. And I look at them. Like, no,
Damn it.
damn.
Yep. We're both good at math and not good at Spanish. So
7 times 12.
it all checks out.
En
Couldn't tell
español.
you.
Como se dice?
Over 70. Snap is away, drops back to pass. Pump fake, almost fakes out the camera person. He's going to run for a first down. Patrick Queen on tackle. Patrick Mahomes was like, thank you for not absolutely obliterating my knee on that one.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, buddy. Which, I don't know. It feels like Patrick Queen should have kind of wrapped up a little bit better there. Maybe he's like legitimately lost a hold to Patrick Mahomes.
He's like,
He's got a lot of footwork left. Ball control. Oh wow, Chiefs are dominating top so far. Handoff up the middle to Pacheco. Why wouldn't you? Wow! Punches through a hole in the line and then takes a big hit. And those are hits you really only see in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Most of the time, the safety is going to be like, going to make a business decision on this hit with Pacheco bearing down on him, but not
But we got
there.
a big old trophy to take home.
Oh yeah,
I think Stevens is a corner too.
yeah, I think he is.
In 5 years, you're going to see like an NFL 100, and everyone's going to say like, no one wants to tackle Isaiah Pacheco.
Oh yeah,
That's going to be the big thing. And then
you might see it this year.
Yeah, you're going to get like number 68.
Yeah,
Top 10 most untackled people that no one wants to tackle.
handoff up the middle to guess who? Pacheco in
And
for a
we got
touchdown.
another
Easy
huge
peasy,
touchdown.
lemon squeezy. He didn't even have to punish the ground too hard that time. Great dance.
Yeah, but it felt like his team started to back him up and then kind of just bailed like that.
Yeah,
From an improv perspective, that was not good yes-anding from the.
Well, they were just watching you like, what the hell are you doing?
feels like the Ravens have their touchdown, the chemistry with their touchdown dances a little bit more down pat
Mhm.
than the Chiefs at this point, which is important. Wow, and Travis Kelce getting Patrick Queen's face here. Watch this. Travis Kelce on the block, and then he gets up in his business and he says, "My girlfriend is richer than yours."
Yeah, watch your mouth or she'll buy the NFL.
She probably, well, she could buy a team.
Oh, she
Snap
could
is
easily buy
away,
a team,
kick is
yeah.
up, kick is good. Just with the Eras Tour money.
For sure. Yeah.
Just with the Jerry World money,
She
probably.
could, she could buy the.
Just one concert, probably.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if in the offseason she buys the Bills because they trolled her by playing all of her ex-boyfriend's music last week.
Oh, there she is.
I can
Great.
hear, but I'll catch up.
Finally. We've been saying all day where.
Well, we may have missed
Yeah.
it when Kelsey had the touchdown.
That's
since-
probably-
That's
right.
possible.
when
Yeah.
Paxton's high-speed internet kind
I
of
agree,
failed
dude.
us.
I see a lot of the fans complaining that we're getting too much Taylor, which I don't understand.
I don't get it
I
either.
want more Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when the game gets out of control, let's just get Taylor, see what's happening in the box, and we'll have
Bingo.
a picture-in-picture of the game.
Yeah.
Just for the rest
When
of
it's
the
out of control,
When it's out of
right?
control,
When it's out of control, go to Taylor all you want. I will say early on with the Taylor Swift saga, she was maybe a little bit over-featured. They were going to her like 14 times in the first half.
Though that was never her fault, and I do resent people that hate her personally.
Right. It's like
That's
she's
the
not.
NFL.
She doesn't want the attention.
Right.
I mean, she acts like she doesn't want it. Go ahead, Paxton. What were you about to say?
I just don't want them going to her during the drive. Unless even like Travis Kelce gets a big reception and not a play is happening.
To be
But if
fair,
you're late coming back to a play because you're on Taylor, that's bad on the NFL.
to be fair, that on that one play where he like literally caught the prayer that Pat Mahomes threw.
Yeah.
up
If you
at
want
him.
me to get, voodoo, please.
Sure. You want to try this one, just to have a different one?
Oh hell yeah, I'd love it. Is it a twisty?
Here, I'll pop it for you. Sorry.
Pop it for me, baby.
I also, if you don't have one, there's one on my keychain over here.
Wow, you popped it real good.
Anybody else need one?
No, I'm gonna get water here in a.
I'll grab you water, bro.
It's okay. Thank you.
Actually,
I had too much whiskey last night, so
Yeah,
I am
they'll
trying
let you.
not to. Boy, that is an ugly ass Santa Fe. That is an ugly vehicle.
They're all ugly.
I would get the Elantra N. The Elantra N actually looks fun. Like I want something that moves and.
Onesies for me.
Okay.
I might get a new car soon. I heard the new C8s, they're going for real cheap right now because their transmission goes at 50,000 miles. That's what I heard recently.
The new C8s is in.
The Corvettes.
Yeah.
Our viewers know what I'm talking about.
Do you really want to go with the C8 though?
Yes. Yeah.
It's fun now, but that's a car you get later because something's gonna happen and you're not gonna have the money to fix it.
Are you saying it's a David Jakes car? That's a David Jakes age
Yes,
car.
because David Jakes has the time and probably money to fix it if something goes down, and he doesn't wake up in the morning and go to start the C8. It doesn't turn on, and then he's late for work.
Yeah, but that could happen in my
They
car.
have the E-Ray too coming out too, which is
What's
a
that?
hybrid vet.
Yeah, so that's the thing about my car is I think it's going to be potentially collectible because it'll be like one of the last naturally aspirated V8s that you can like buy. Kick is up in the air.
Ooh, it's a
That's not like a E-assisted hybrid situation. I think it's going to be rather collectible, and the price is kind of indicating that because I've put 100,000 miles on it and I've like run like $2,000 off the car's value in that time. So,
with burnouts and donuts.
well, allegedly, we're not going to say how many I've done. Haven't done any recently, I'll tell you that.
See, it is not a good winter car, according to David Jakes.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, we live in Texas, Dave Jakes.
So get one.
Oh, he's saying that he doesn't want one because he lives in Michigan.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Kathleen's apparently used to be Mrs. Goodwrench.
After all, I used to be. Oh, she used to be the person people would call. I went to work with her a couple times. Drops back to pass. throws it to the left, caught, and that's the rookie.
Get around.
It really is a rookie on rookie wide receiver battle. Flowers versus Rice.
Yeah.
And all fours
And
too.
Pacheco, you right?
No,
Pacheco's
not
No,
a rookie.
not Pacheco. Who's their other running back? I thought they had a rookie running back.
No
I might be
rookie.
tripping.
There's no rookie running backs on either
All right.
team.
No, yeah, Keaton Mitchell got hurt, so
Oh, that's what you're thinking of. You're thinking of Keaton Mitchell. Yeah,
Justice Hill's not a rookie?
no,
he's like a third or fourth year.
or maybe longer than that.
Yeah, he might be a vet. He might be an old wily vet at this point. Speak of the devil, that is Hill, right?
43.
Yep.
I
Rice
think he's the only healthy
or-
running back besides Gus.
toss.
Oh,
What are you talking about? They have Dalvin Cook on the team.
yeah, but he.
Any big bets on him this week?
Nope.
I'm sure he's great holding that clipboard.
You think he's bald because of the headset, or is it just convenient
like
that the
hair
headset
that-
covers that
like a-
one's
it's
bald
like a-
spots?
Like
I
it's
was thinking that
or it's an old breakdancer's injury, like comedian Tom Rhodes used to say.
because I was watching wrestling yesterday, and all the guys had my same hairline, like in the temples, because you like smash your temple into people.
A
I'm
lot.
like, oh, that probably has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Just wrestled it hairless.
Yeah.
Watched the Royal Rumble match before I came here. Pat McAfee got
Handoff
involved.
up the middle.
Ooh, good run
And
by
he's gonna
Justice
gain 4 yards. Patrick McAfee got in the match.
Yeah, he was
In the
he was
Royal
a
Rumble?
surprise entrant, yeah.
Oh, he wrestled. How'd he do?
You want me to? Okay,
Spoil
spoilers.
it.
Spoilers for the Royal Rumble for
It's a
anyone
4
here
hour.
that
I'm
might
not gonna
be-
watch it.
Well, the match itself is an hour of that. There's 2 Royal Rumble matches and a bunch of like regular matches for what it's worth. But men's Royal Rumble match, I believe McAfee came in at number 22. There was a couple of just absolute giant hosses of men in the ring at that time. So McAfee goes in, he like does his pose, and he goes and he immediately gets in a stare down. And we'll cut to that right after this play.
Sure thing. Snap is away. Play action. Rolls out to the right. It's got a little bit of pressure. Steps up. He's got hit. He's gonna fumble, and the Chiefs recover. And that is Karlaftis, the second year, had pressure. Not sure who was
I think it was
on.
Amenahu that knocked it out.
Who is
That's
that
who they're
right
showing
there?
on
Charles
the
Amenahu,
picture, yeah.
UT grad.
Oh,
He was leading the league in pressures when they picked him up off free agency.
hook
Let's
him.
look at this here. He's got the ball. Oh,
Clear
yeah,
fumble.
clear fumble.
And look at that. Just like the script writers wanted it. They said from the beginning, the script writers, we want the Lions and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's why we're going to have them as the opening game of the season. And, we're going to make
Deja
them
vu.
sit their best pass rushers. We're going to make Travis Kelce sit with an alleged knee bruise. But hey, we're gonna make it right at the end of the season. And that's just what they were setting us up for.
It feels that way. It sure
It's
does.
despicable for me.
McAfee, however, did get into a stare down, but then he immediately decided for his best option would just be to eliminate himself and go back onto commentary.
That's because he's
a
cerebral.
high IQ guy.
Cerebral.
Yeah,
That's always been
high IQ.
the McAfee gimmick is he's got a strong right kick and he's a cerebral guy. And
So-
people don't realize that.
The Royal Rumble is legitimately my favorite wrestling event of all time.
I was
but
surprised that you watched
drives
it.
me crazy that the logic behind it. The rules state to get eliminated, you have to go over the top rope,
That's weird.
and both your feet have to touch the floor.
Yeah, so you can
So
hang on.
you can and it's only been done like once in the history of it. You as a wrestler can just roll under the bottom rope and go hang out at the concession
Yeah.
stand.
That's what a lot of
I would go to the bar.
It's a real flaw.
That's what a lot of the heels do. Like they get outside
They
the ring.
should, but they don't. That's the thing. Is they
I've
should, but they don't.
I know they
barely
did.
ever do it.
I know what they did when I was a kid in the 80s. And so, I know Dino Bravo got a title shot in Royal Rumble because he got outside the ring. And while he was harassing the guy out the ring, another guy came over and then dipped him over.
I don't want to
Just decoy it out and just work. You just work as a team with another wrestler.
That's
and just,
exactly what
it
they
just-
should always do. And then heels always have it where their partnership falls apart.
Yeah.
But the first Royal Rumble match was actually in 1990. And it was the only one not done for a title shot. Everyone after that was done for a title shot.
Yeah.
The only time famously I know of that it really took it out of the ring was Stone Cold Steve Austin in either 98 or 99.
yeah.
Exactly, dude. By the way, Stone Cold Steve Austin just became a cat dad the same week I happened to.
Congrats.
Unrelated, but it's pretty dope. Anyway, Stone Cold ends up in the bathroom being jumped by Vince McMahon and all of Vince McMahon's corporate heels. But he ends up being tossed back into the ring to be eliminated and still goes on to win.
steamed crab and pit beef. That sounds.
They should really be at Jimmy's Seafood because everyone knows that's where They had a big tail goat. It's like the greatest of all time tailgate.
Oh, tell go.
They had Shaq Diesel DJing.
DJ Diesel, bro.
But the crab cakes are no joke, though.
We should go do a live event for the podcast at DJ Diesel's event that he does in Fort Worth. That would be
What? I'm just now finding out about it. I'm in.
We'll talk about it.
Handoff up the middle to Pacheco. Will be a gain of 3.
You know, DJ Diesel doesn't take pay for any of the DJ work he does. It's 100% goes to charity.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I love that at this point, he's kind of won life because he's done everything.
Yeah, made enough money.
I mean, he's been like a sheriff and like a firefighter.
He is
and
a sheriff.
He's a DJ and like he's just basically like, doing whatever he wants to do. But I love that he just like does what he loves, but then gives the money to people that need it.
Yep. Pat McAfee's the same way too. If you follow him closely, he gives a lot of his money away.
Yeah.
Snap is away. Throws to Kelsey. Gain
Not
of
quite.
6. It'll be third and very, very short. He also has like 4 houses, 4 mansions.
Yeah.
So there is that as well.
Yeah.
You got to take care of
He's
yourself
not
and your
starving.
family first.
Of course.
Yeah, he's
There's
not.
nothing. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with being wealthy. I do think at a certain point that wealth does essentially turn every person evil. But you got to get pretty far in that.
I think as someone who's not wealthy at all and putting myself in a position of like, hey, if I had $4 million, I'd probably just call it a life and just do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a certain type of people, handoff up the middle.
Ooh.
And that'll be a first down. There's a certain type of people who are like, okay, I have all the money I could ever use or want, and I'm just going to keep on just because they're so competitive about how much money they have. I'm going to keep on. So that style of person is the only style of person that will ever really get to the billionaire range, right?
Yeah.
Is like the
Those
super.
are the same people that actually unironically enjoy Monopoly, and those people are. That game is terrible.
Hate Monopoly.
It's the worst board game.
It's horrible. It really
I
is.
loved it when I was a kid because I was stupid when I was a kid. I didn't understand how dumb that game was. But even though I know your favorite game is Catan, but just if you put those side by side, it's night and day. Like one has a strategy, one is a dice roll.
Ooh, kind of a dirty hit there by rookie Rashee Rice.
Love to see it.
Do you? Do you back him?
Yeah, I'm just a silent assassin over here, dude. I love any fucking hit.
You do have like a Dr. Evil vibe the way you're scratching that cat.
Yeah.
Actually.
That's
warm.
Arthur Millette or Malay, depending on what country you're in, who's kind of getting walked off the field. And Harbaugh's pissed.
Yeah,
But
because it's
let
like the
him
blindside
stay
block.
off.
Like you just let a blindside block, which is supposed to be illegal.
That had to have been so far off ball because none of us saw it. Pacheco got the direct snap. Didn't work.
Ooh, more.
Kelsey's getting
Chippy.
in it with everybody. What's this guy's problem? I can't stand this guy. Get him off the field.
Kelsey?
Yeah.
Nah, dude, I'm with it. I like it, dude. He obviously watched the Royal Rumble last night. He's feeling it. He's feeling
He
the
definitely
storyline.
watched the Royal Rumble last
Yeah.
night. Now that I think about it, that does make sense. I do love his podcast, but only because of Jason and his wife.
Jason, Kylie's great.
They should kick Travis off the show and just
I don't
do.
agree with. I like Travis
I'm
too,
kidding,
but he is
mostly.
definitely third ranked. They need to add Kylie as a permanent member of the cast.
She basically is now. Drops back to pass. Plenty of time. Clowney pressure up the middle. Rolls out to the right. Throws it away.
I love the story this week that came out on the New Heights podcast. Jason was talking about the shirtless thing he did last week at the Bills Stadium.
That was awesome.
And basically, he told Kylie in advance, like, yeah, I'm probably going to do that. And it was one of those, he said, I'm not asking for permission. I'm just letting you know in advance. And then in the comments of their podcast where he had said that, Kylie basically is like, just so you know, I'm not asking for permission. I'm just going to do that is exactly what I'm going to say when I adopt a cat.
That's pretty good. And that's relationship communication.
Yeah, dude. They probably also have to book an Airbnb for after football season.
Drops back to pass. Throws it to Mr. Pfizer himself. They're not going to give him the first down. Miles is referencing, I believe, Natalie and I's plans for after the season. We have a domed Airbnb somewhere in Texas
Terlingua.
where you cannot get much cell phone reception.
I
So
believe that's Terlingua.
Are you going to miss the opening week of the UFL?
no, it's not. That's not the opening week. Isn't until it's not for a few months.
Fair enough. I'm not honestly very familiar with the alternative.
Handoff up the middle. No, but you're right. Ooh, that's short. That's going to be a turnover. Turnover!
Wow.
They go for it on 4th and 1. They get stopped. Wow, Ravens with an absolute massive play and really kind of dumb play
Face
calls.
mask. Kind of a face mask. Watch.
Clowney plugging the hole. Knees already down. Yeah, it looked like a face mask, but on the replay, it looked like he kind of had him over the shoulder, like across the face mask, like crossface style.
You are a fatty, dude.
He really is.
You got a dunk.
But he's thick too. Like he's not even like that fat.
He's still also in way better shape than any of us. Cats are agile, bro.
He just wants everybody. He wants all the pets. Like he is ramming me to.
Yeah.
He'll headbutt you.
That's what cats do. I'm learning, man. Like when they want your attention, they will just like kind of drive their face into your face or do wherever they want,
or their butt, which faces definitely way more preferable.
Yeah, our cat Meatloaf. She likes attention, but she doesn't know how to ask for it. So she learned from Boston that if she shows her belly, so she'll run up in front of us when she really wants attention. She'll show us her belly. She learned that from Boston, which is interesting.
It's always interesting when animals learn from animals outside of their species. Like when, you see situations where like a pig throws up with like a litter of puppies or like a raccoon with a litter of cats.
Or the pit bull that's like on the fridge with the cats because he's a pit bull. He's like been raised with cats. So he gets on the furniture, like the countertops and everything. Like
he's like 120 pounds and thick as fuck. Yeah. Walking on the back of the couch, trying to be like nimble.
I wish I was raised by wolves sometimes. I think that would be that'd be a fun environment to be raised in.
There's a guy on TikTok I follow that basically like lives on some sort of patch of land where wolves are, and like he is extremely those wolves are essentially like dogs to him, and it's low-key terrifying because they're giant ass wolves and they could eat him at any time.
He is like
I was not expecting this flavor out of this IPA.
So I got this at Aldi. Aldi also often will have like just kind of unusual like labels, like something that I don't see at other places a lot. This one I picked up the other day. Hadn't had a chance to try it yet.
It's a lot of citrus, like lemon and orange. Citrusy. That's what I'm tasting.
And I prefer a hoppier IPA typically, but I do like the flavor
a hazy
of this one. I find the hazies are typically more fruity. I like the hoppy. So I really like a good East Coast IPA.
Here's the third down play where they're saying that maybe he.
I thought he was down. Yeah, he's definitely down short.
Yeah.
Look at the vascularity in his bicep, though. It's very impressive.
I'm sure all those guys have got like mega veins.
We're always keeping an eye on veins on this podcast. Lamar's going to keep this one. He'll spin out of one tackle. He better go down.
Yeah, you got real brave there for a second, dude.
That's that Karloff is bearing down on him from the opposite side of the field.
Just enjoying how Zeus is like readjusting himself to make sure that Miles pays attention to him. Like he gets up and this reasserts that he is present.
Zeus, I gotta level with you, bro. I'll tell you my order of how I rank today's importance. Third would be this game. Second would be the Lions game. First would be you, my friend. You're top now.
That's fair.
He'll take it. He is Zeus.
He's a good cat.
Yeah.
We did find out. Snap is away. Drops back to pass. Blitz. Tipped. And it's in the air.
You just got it.
Lamar Jackson caught his own tip ball.
And ran for like 50 yards with it.
I'm sorry, Zeus. I'm so sorry I scared you, buddy.
That was awesome.
That is just insane because you're just thinking at any point somebody's going to catch it. And look at him.
Wait.
Wow.
Wait till you find out this week that is a rehearsed play that they have been working on. I'm throwing it off the hand of the defender.
Look at he puts it out of 20's hands.
Yeah.
20 has the INT and he literally just goes, thank you.
Jesus fruit. They
That's a
have
freebie,
all
bro.
the momentum in the world now.
Justin Reed on the tip that.
Former Texan Justin.
And then it's a pitch to Flowers. He's going to gain one on the play.
It looked like it was going to go a lot more places than
And
it did.
Zeus has returned.
Sorry about that, buddy. I
Had
didn't mean
some
to scare
space.
you. That was my bad.
We did find out last time I was in Dingbat District Studios that I am far more allergic to Zeus than I am Meatloaf.
I think because Meatloaf
Has half the fur.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like she gets rid of her excess fur, and he does not.
Yeah,
Like I'm getting hair. Like
I've got a lot more hair on me than I do from the 2 cats I have at home. You're a hairy little dude.
Lucky bitch. He's losing it like his dad, though.
Do you guys take the same hair loss pills?
Fuck no, I keep them all for me. Actually, someone at Spirit Airlines.
do you think it's
is using them
because
right
he
now.
bathes you in your
Snap
sleep?
is away. Another big blitz. 0. And he's going to get sacked. Wow. Almost throws a pick 6.
Yeah, that was an interesting
That's a
decision.
Scary.
Quarterbacks are getting so cavalier with that in the grass, trying to get the ball out, and just
They really are.
it's gonna be just it's gonna be one QB that does it, like either him or Patrick Mahomes, where it's just gonna be a catastrophic.
Yeah, he bounced that pass.
Like right to his face mask. Like OJ McDuffie has everywhere, but it just hits him right doink in the face mask.
Yeah,
I
Trent
guess he's
McDuffie.
trusting that Rusher probably doesn't have the best hands, but like honestly, that was risky.
Lamar Jackson alone in shotgun here.
Watch for the run.
Coming off the turnover, an opportunity here to get the first down.
I could see him. I could see him going out the back door as soon as this blitz comes in.
Snap is away, and it's a screen tipped away, and that is
Chris Jones.
Jones, who was in on the near sack last time.
3rd and 9. Let's run a screen. Let's start behind the line of scrimmage again.
Oh, I thought it could have worked.
I mean, he had a lot of room. If Flowers caught that,
Yeah, they sent the Chiefs sent I think 6 on a blitz on that one. So if Flowers gets that in his hands, he's got a pretty good chance of converting there. Either way, I'm gonna blow my nose and pee. You guys banter. Or who wants to call this punt?
It looks like it's going to be Stout with the
Ryan Farrow.
all right.
Do play by play.
Snap. Punt is up. It looks high, end over end. Short, right into Richie James's hands.
Yeah,
he takes
can
it
put
to the
balance.
left, and he is going to get tackled around the
Around 30.
30-yard line.
Yeah, honestly, that felt like a weird trend. Oh, we got more chippiness going on over here.
Swing.
Yeah, they're getting a little heated on this field, which I like. I'm for it.
I
Let's
miss
fight.
it, dude. Football's gotten namby-pamby. I punched a dude in the face mask before. This is patty cake bullshit.
Honestly, every time I see somebody punch somebody in the face mask, I always think that's pretty dumb. But
It was dumb, but I mean that was normal.
yeah. That's fair.
I really
I was
hope
trying to
they
take
keep doing more with the Geico caveman. That this commercial with the reunion is pretty darn
It's
funny.
gonna revitalize Nick Kroll's career, dude. He was one of the original Geico cavemen.
What are you talking about? He's got Big Mouth season 10.5 coming out.
And all the spinoffs, yeah, 100%. Honestly, I
did like Monster HR or whatever the fuck it was called.
I don't think I saw that one actually.
It was pretty cool. It was just an HR perspective of the monsters in their home world.
That sounds kind of interesting.
One season is enough, but
Yeah.
it's fun while it lasts.
I enjoyed like the first season, maybe the first 2 seasons of is it Big Mouth? Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of got honestly like there's got to be too
We're
much
talking
at a
about Big
certain
Mouth.
point.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
stale pretty quick. Big mouth.
Yeah,
We watched it.
it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Like I think it was a short season show, but I think the network wants more seasons because of the
I don't get that.
To me, I think you should just let it end at a peak,
Yeah,
and then maybe give it a couple of years so you can like regenerate new material.
write
then.
more for it.
If
Yeah.
This for Family tried, but Netflix didn't let it, and then it had a flopper of a last season.
Yeah.
I did a flopper of the last season.
I'm always that's what I've learned in my last few years of life is that when I was young, I always wanted my favorite shows to get
Go
to the
forever.
next season like as soon as possible, or my favorite musicians. So like, hey, let's get the new album out, buddy. Like I'm ready to listen to New Year's shit. And now I'm like, maybe just take your time. If you give me 3 or 4 good products throughout my lifetime,
Right.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
But there was
fair.
also like I was watching HBO's Talking Funny. Ricky Gervais put it on, but it was Louis C.K., Jerry Seinfeld, and Chris Rock, and they were saying, like me, they were used to people. They brought up Prince, who were dropping albums every single year, and Pryor and Louis, who were dropping shit every single year. So we're used to that now.
That was a weird precedent that old comedians set, right? Is that we're going to put out shit like every 16 months or so.
Well, they were putting out shit that they didn't want to do anymore, which I respect. Like I hate doing.
Because they had such a catalog of material.
Retiring their jokes essentially.
I get that, but most of them are hiring writers. Play action, drops back to pass. Patrick Mahomes steps up, big ball over to the right. Rashee Rice in that neighborhood, incomplete, got tangled up with the
over there, but I don't
Could
see
be interesting. It could have been offensive PI if I guess Hamilton was close to the ball.
good no call there. But most of the comedians who were pumped. Oh, Taylor, drink. That girl's got a great nose. So the way you get noses like that is she's touching it. You can tell she's a little bit embarrassed by her nose. But the way you get noses like that is you actually inject like an agent into the tip of it, so it actually will pop out in the front.
Oh, you were talking about the woman next to Taylor.
Next to her.
Oh, my mistake. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, she snaps away, throws to Rashee Rice.
Nose.
Yeah.
Jamie,
He's got a very specific.
Jamie Jakes has quite the catalog of observations.
It's a procedure that you can get, and you can tell like she's like used to being embarrassed about her nose, and then she got the injection in the tip because she probably had like a rounded nose like that, and they inject the tip right there, and it inflames it, so it like pokes up. And it will, like, without having surgery, it basically gives you like a rhinoplasty look.
So
like
who is Kathleen Jakes referencing by "You were raised by coyotes"? Is that?
You were raised by coyotes.
Inside every Kathy, there is two coyotes.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you that in a second. Remind me. Snap is away. Blitz from the corner, throws it away, out of bounds.
Good read.
One time I got like a big, I went to wrestling camp once and I got like a big scratch because the guy like didn't trim his fingernails in like a year. And he like scratched the shit out of my hands. It was like bleeding. So I had like a big scar on my hands. And people were asking me about it at the wrestling camp I went to the following week. And I made up a story that I got attacked by a coyote. And I told everybody that and made this like elaborate story about how I kicked the coyote in the head or whatever. And then a year later, I go back. And the guy who coaches the camp, he's like, he does stories sometimes because you're like literally sleeping on the wrestling mats all week. Kick is up in the air. And it's a big hang time, but a little bit short. Bad bounce for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And the Ravens will start in great field position on their own 41 or so. So the guy will tell funny stories, right? And so I go back the next year and the guy's like, I got this funny story about this wrestler who came last season. He's like, he told my story about me getting attacked by a coyote. So I come up to him after, I'm like, hey, dude, that's total bullshit. He's like, I'm going to keep telling it anyway.
Yeah. Never let the truth get in the way of a good story, dude.
Never.
Ever.
Never.
You're like Paul Bunyan. You're like a tall tale that's been told about you. You're now Coyote Jamie.
Yeah. Also, I won like a bullshit like state championship. It wasn't a high school state championship in wrestling, but it was like a freshman and sophomore like club state championship. Anyways, you had to like apply to get into this camp that I went to in Ohio, where you literally you're in a barn in Ohio on 4th of July week, and you sleep on. They tell you can bring like an air mattress if you want. So I learned the third and fourth time I went to bring an air mattress, but you mostly just sleep on the mat. You get like herpes and staph and like everything from the mat that you would expect.
Sure.
Because everyone's gross and no one showers. It's disgusting and really, really tough. But anyways, that's your life. So they try and like spice it up and this is like before phones and stuff. Yeah. So I got to imagine the camp's a lot more enjoyable now because you got like phones, but we literally were like reading pizza boxes and stuff to try and pass
like
the
to
time.
some extent.
You were so happy to find people like, oh my God, Dad.
Yeah.
You're like a toddler that sees your dad just talking all the way home.
Oh yeah.
I would almost hope in that situation or that environment they either limited or like prohibited phones. Because honestly, like I know that we just live in like a different world or whatever, but like the whole point of camp is socialization and learning a skill. And like
it was a wrestling camp though. It wasn't
socialization and learning to wrestle. Like yeah, that's what camp.
The camp leader should have done a better job. Even if it's a coach to like fill occupied time with like activities. Yeah,
we didn't really like. You really just like slept and laid on the mat, and then they would have like a movie at night or whatever, and that was about it.
What movie?
Whatever.
They could have gotten
nothing
movies
that I liked.
Nothing memorable.
Nothing that I liked. Nothing that I was like. It was like the movies were so bad that it was like one of those situations where like I'm just not gonna watch it, even though I'm starved for entertainment.
Yeah, it's like this is literally worse than staring at a wall.
The best they ever got were The Boys in the Boat, the worst looking movie of all time.
I don't know that one.
It's the brand new one that George Clooney just made, and it looks like a piece of dog shit.
Interesting.
You know what I watched yesterday? Football movie. Topical. On
The
topic.
Kurt Warner one?
What?
The Kurt Warner one?
The new
No.
Snoop Dogg one?
Snoop Dogg one.
Is it good?
It's pretty darn good.
I know.
I'll
Andrew
give it a
Schultz
solid,
is in
like,
it.
yeah. Andrew Schultz is in it. I'd give it like a solid B-. Like,
Okay.
really, that like funny, good, very predictable,
I
very
love sports
cheesy.
movies, dude. I think they're fantastic.
That it's Mighty Ducks on a football field,
Love that.
and with Snoop Dogg. Just like, what more do you want?
Yeah, honestly, I tried to watch The Little Giants like 2 nights
Snap
ago.
is away, drops back to pass, quickly out of his hands,
Yeah,
caught,
likely.
makes one man miss. It's not likely he's going to get this first down, and he doesn't.
Tried to watch Little Giants
But-
like 2 or 3 nights ago, but it was not on any of the streaming services that I currently
Really?
subscribe to. So I was like, I'm not paying money for this.
No, that's fair.
I found.
You can stand
Remember
shirtless
the
in front of your
Titans.
mirror and
Exactly. I can just look at my fantasy football team and be like, oh yeah, there's Little Giants.
You are new to the Dynasty team. You haven't made any big moves yet.
I've made a decision for myself that I'm going to enjoy the rest of this football season before I even look at it. So
That's
after
fair.
the Super Bowl, I'll start reinvesting my time into
That's
that.
how
But
most Dynasty managers are at the moment. It's really tough to get anything done at the moment.
I've gotten more trade offers in that Dynasty League than I have in any of my
Well, yeah,
redrafts.
because you're fresh blood. Everyone's trying to take advantage of
For sure, dude.
you.
For sure.
looks like the Ravens took a timeout there.
No, it's
Oh, we're 2-minute warning. Wow.
Mm.
But honestly, yeah, they gave him the hard count there. We're in the 2-minute warning. But honestly, your roster doesn't need any work. Like, you're good.
I don't know if I agree with that. I haven't looked, so I couldn't tell you. I know. Well, I know for
I'm glad there's no fantasy owners press conferences like at this point.
We should have press conferences. How funny would that be?
Great, dude.
Yeah. That should be a
Uh,
punishment for whenever the lowest team has to do a press conference and everyone else has to zoom in and ask them questions.
Yes, I love that
That's
idea.
a really good idea.
What
We
was
might have
your-
to institute that.
I'm all for any fantasy football punishment that doesn't actually like cause somebody like permanent like reputation damage, and
Yeah.
also doesn't put any strain on like random employees. Like I don't
Yeah.
like punishments that
I'm-
like would make like a waiter or waitress like have like a worse day.
I just,
A better
I
day.
think a fantasy football punishment is you should have them all do stand-up comedy. That way, more open mics are full with people waiting to watch this guy do.
So I
stand-up.
tried to do this. I tried to put a fantasy football punishment show together in the preseason, and I had a few people who were interested. We'll see if they still come through or not. But I think I have 2 fantasy football leagues signed up for the concept. But we'll see.
So the whole show would be nothing but people.
No. You fill the show with an audience of people from the league.
Ah.
And then so you book, so the show is booked. So, you'd have everybody booked on the show. And then the 2 or whatever people who were last place, the punishment in the league would do like a 5-minute set or whatever.
That's a fun idea.
at
Yeah.
the end.
It's better than the
Yeah.
open mic punishment because that, I mean, I know Ryan just brought it up, but it's like one of the biggest tropes in stand up. Like, since my first year in stand up, I remember, like, oh, this is the worst night of the year.
when the fantasy
When
football
all the
punishment.
fantasy football punishments come out.
We had one. They were an all right crowd. We had one. I think back when I was doing the DCC open mic, which I should probably start submitting for that again, but I don't.
Those are usually better than like the debut, like their first time doing stand-up, because people that start getting antsy about why their person's not going up within the first 3 hours of an open mic.
Yeah.
It
Transparency at open mics is a really, really big deal, and people I think people who host mics are either oblivious to it or are afraid to be transparent. Oh,
JJ
JJ
Watt was pretty
Watt.
dapper.
I actually don't like that jacket on him, if I'm honest. Anyways, Lamar Jackson's in shot, goes in motion, slides into the slot. And if I recognize that booty, I believe that's Justice Hill's booty next to Lamar Jackson. Deep ball to the left, and it's going to be just outside the reach of Nelson
Tried to put on the
Aguilar.
afterburners there. Did you see that?
Nelson
He was at least
Aguilar.
pumping his arms faster.
He doesn't have afterburners. That's Nelson
That team
Aguilar.
emptied out a long time.
Nelson Aguilar didn't have afterburners in college.
No.
I was gonna say his arms did move faster, but his legs at no point sped up.
I would love to find the sports therapist that could actually fix him, because he was such a He wasn't I think he was the best receiver in his class when he came out, but it was like a really weak class, and he was like a second round pick if I'm not mistaken.
And that's Dad Harbaugh. Who's got it better than us? Nobody is like their
Motto
or whatever.
Their family
I
creed.
hate it. But I'm a Michigan State fan, so maybe I'm biased, but I think it's
I
stupid.
just think it, but I also think it's like when you're a coach and you all become coaches, it feels like you're just perpetuating the cycle.
Jim Harbaugh took a pay cut because he was about to get fired at Michigan like 4 years ago. He
He'd really get paid
sucked.
something, then get fired. Or
He
get
sucked.
less.
He sucked as Michigan head coach. People forget that he sucked as Michigan head coach for like 6 years, and they stuck with him.
Michigan State game where the punter they had the game won, and then that punt.
Trouble with the snap! Oh! Yeah. That whenever that comes on, we were watching that play, I believe, in the barn. We have a barn. Y'all got to come out in 4th of July. We got a barn with a giant, like 40-foot projector screen surround sound in Michigan.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. You guys got to come out for 4th of July, and we had
Hey,
that
Jakes, you heard it here. We're coming to you in July.
on. We had that on the screen, and are we gonna get this playoff? Snap is away, drops back to pass, throws it out to Hill. That'll be 4th down. They're probably going to punt here if I had to guess. And we got so excited after that play that my dad like chest bumped Ben Jakes, my little brother, and my brother like hurt his shoulder.
Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
Sorry, you messed the rule. You get the
Yeah.
points. Sometimes you're in the moment, and
Get out of the way, bud.
Kathleen is extending the invite as well.
Let's go.
Love to have you.
I'd love to go to Michigan.
Got 2 jet skis. It's a good time. Kick is up in the air. And fair catch is caught at about the 10.5-yard line, which is where the Kansas City Chiefs will start with a 7-point lead inside the 2-minute warning.
Boy, the explosive way this game started and how it's just kind of been a lot of 3-and-outs or, just punts.
This is that movie I was talking about where it's Zac Efron and Santino plays basically the best friend.
Oh, that's cool. Dude, I'm going to say this. I know that everybody is up in arms about Barbie not getting the nod that they thought she deserved in the Academy. Zac Efron is the biggest screw job of the Academy Awards this season. Iron Claw, he was incredible. Dude, that whole movie is so good, but
I haven't seen it.
he in particular, like I'm like such a fan of his now after seeing that performance. He completely transformed his body. He made me cry in the theater like no less than 3 times easy, and it was just such a moving performance. Like I'm blown away that it didn't get any like recognition at all.
So no Oscar noms.
0 nominations for anything. It should have been nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Original Song, and it got none of it.
Wow.
And we are having severe
Best
connection
computer effects.
issues. So Paxton, we're probably going to have to, if we can find an Ethernet, we're probably going to have to go Ethernet hardwire for the Lions game because they can't see us moving right now. They can probably only hear us.
We should come up with a cool graphic as a backup plan in the event that this happens.
It'd probably be this.
After these messages, we'll
Yeah,
be right back.
That's probably what it's going to have to be. But yeah, we're just frozen.
Oh, we're back to moving.
Yeah, we are moving.
Let's just be really confusing and everybody do their best mannequin pose.
It's just this couch really restricts any kind of movement other than just to sink
Yeah,
into
dude.
the abyss.
I am legitimately like hesitant to even like adjust myself unless Ryan might think I'm trying to put a move on.
It might just be one of those things where like it's like the seesaw where you hit hard that launches me up.
Hey Ryan, I went fishing this weekend and I caught a fish and it was like this big. No, actually it was more like this big.
If you need to do that on your next date, like just
Yeah, it's just a pixel face of you doing that is what the audience saw.
Perfect, dude. That's clippable right there.
Yeah, totally clippable.
I look great in 8-bit 8-bit display.
Dude, yeah, we're just gonna make a spin-off video game. That's our
We're just
30-second
we're making
podcast.
Minecraft out here. We're doing
I bet that's not even accurate. That
So
decimal
the
meter.
decimal reader in certain stadiums is real, and certain stadiums like the Cowboys Stadium entirely falsified. Hale gets absolutely choke slammed, Jaden Clowney.
I think it was it David Clowney or was it Roquan? Because
Kelsey's taking zero shit today, y'all.
I don't like how much zero he's taking.
no, it was Queen that got him down by the head.
Here's the thing: if they win this game, but he gets suspended, he gets to go to Japan and he gets a Super Bowl.
Dang, that's a good thought.
Oh,
Not that they would never. Travis Kelce could literally
Looks like
get
flag.
charged with murder in the Pro Bowl
It would
weekend, and they would never suspend him for the game.
They wouldn't give it to him until postseason.
Looks
Yeah.
like there's gonna be flags on both teams here. Oh,
So unnecessary roughness on the Ravens.
no, nothing called back. I thought that was going to be offsetting. Kind of
Kyle Van Noy, friend of the Pat McAfee show, bad guy. People are saying now.
Really?
No, I started saying that.
Oh, just this moment.
Oh, but
Oh, the little face to face.
Are you serious? That's a bunch of malarkey.
Look at Travis Kelce laughing his ass off at him too, though. I hate that. That was a bad call. That should have been a double flag. But him laughing is hilarious.
That was so stupid. That was so soft. I don't like any part of that. Just like my computer's not liking any part.
Kelsey knows he's got him though. He
Here, I
knows
think
he's
this is
under
gonna be
the
a-
skin.
Travis Kelce play for sure after drawing that penalty. Snap is away. Blitz. And it's Pacheco. Great tackle. Gain of 5. Tripped up. Short of the line to gain.
Hamilton.
And yeah, we are just really, really, really struggling with Wi-Fi right now, which is probably something
yeah,
that we're
Wi-Fi
gonna.
signal on the thing is a dot.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Maybe delete a couple of things here. Get out of a couple of platforms. Probably not going to help at all. Snap is away, drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket, avoids the pressure,
Oh,
gets punched right in the face.
no flag.
Probably, yeah, they do flag him. That's going to be another 15. He got punched right in the noggin there.
As a last fuck you to you, he just left just high streaming or high def streaming going on in his room before he left.
He did always leave everything on.
I noticed the bathroom was much cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
That was
after
enjoyable.
taking-
Wow. Yeah, he got punched so hard in the face. I mean, you can't complain about that play call. Like, that was a good call.
He also cleaned his pipe in my sink.
What?
Which sink?
Oh,
Bathroom sink. It's just covered in tar.
Travis
See,
Jones,
I don't mind him cleaning it there, but you should clean the sink out after too.
left hook to the noggin.
A good punch.
I mean, a sink is an appropriate thing to clean places, but you got to clean the sink after you're done cleaning the thing that you're.
And that's being a good roommate.
Yeah, or just a good person. I mean, really.
Rashee Rice
Even if I don't live here, I'm doing that.
goes in motion, drops back to pass, rolls out to the left, pressure in the middle, pump fake, and he's going to pump fake even though he's
He
5
pumped it
yards.
like 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, and it worked.
Yeah. I mean, that's shit that happens when you're Patrick Mahomes.
If it works, it works.
And oh boy, we are really, really, really struggling Wi-Fi wise. So hopefully nothing good happens.
So maybe at halftime we might take a little break and make some adjustments, try to figure out some troubleshooting, or what's our plan here?
We're gonna find Ethernet cord that's long enough to get into this bad boy, and that'll be that, and we'll fix that issue. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun, drops back to pass, pressure, throw, caught, Travis Kelce, and now all of a sudden they're gonna take a timeout. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Feels like the Chiefs are going to get maybe a 10-point lead going into the half.
They're gonna try and go up 2 scores here.
It feels like the Ravens had like Paxton pointed out a couple times already.
little offensive pass interference, but gamesmanship on number 84.
Is it just my name? Is that when you start talking?
What?
Miles off again.
I was just going to say you probably she's hugging.
Taylor,
I don't know, but
the girl with the nose is on the left. That's who I was talking about. We are jumpy, like we're jumping from like we're jumping. So we got to make sure we're off of all other Wi-Fi's. You got one up, one down here, Paxton Bailey?
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, probably not. If I had to guess, that's okay. We'll figure it out.
I also am unclear what you're talking about. I thought at first you were about to talk about like those little at-home arcade cabinets, and I was like, do you want to get like a game of NBA Jam in before the second half?
I was thinking baseball.
1 gig up, 1 gig down is what I'm referring to. Snap is
Nice.
away. Spin move caught by Rashee Rice. He'll be out of bounds. Gain of 7 or so. Clock will stop though. Yeah, Dave Jake says we're jumpy, so they can't see us and they can't hear us very good. But we just came all the way back.
That's what you want in a podcast.
We're on 1080 right now.
Oh no, we went back down.
Nope, we're all the way back down now. Now we're super jumpy.
I feel like we're like William Shatner from Family Guy when he's like all over the screen.
Yeah.
Mahomes takes the snap.
That's how Jamie should just call the game. But we keep on with the broadband. You should also
Snap is away. Josh back to pass. Throws it deep to the right. Out of bounds. Clock will stop. It'll be 3rd and 4. Good news is the mics sound great.
Yeah, mics are solid.
When they can hear us, we sound absolutely fantastic.
When things are working, they are working.
And these are the troubleshooting issues you're going to have to go through. And this is why we're pumped that this is the game that's first and the Lions game is second. Because we're going to figure things out here at the Dingbat District Studios. Paxton is rummaging around for an Ethernet cable.
Yeah, I think he'll be on his way to Best Buy.
Yeah, I think so. We might have to make a Walmart. We might have to Ethernet an Uber Eats order. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to get the first down. And a flag on the play, probably be a holding on the offense.
I bet if you
can
make
tell
a
by
complete-
Mahomes' body language he saw the hold because he kind of just
Trotted, right?
Baltimore's happy the Kansas City Chiefs are actually getting penalized this time. I think this is their first penalty of the game.
It is. The Ravens had 2 penalties at the beginning of this drive, and the Chiefs had 0. To credit to this officiating crew, feels like they're doing a good job.
So far, I feel like
Yeah.
the only questionable call I'd say is that
Pass interference.
No, I was going to say the personal foul.
Yeah,
I felt like that should have been offsetting. Everybody was chipping in that way.
I agree. Give them a little bit of a warning, like,
Yeah.
hey, we're going to start calling this shit if Travis
Or
Kelce
either
is
don't call it all or call both sides.
bingo.
Yeah.
Like, we acknowledge that this is getting a little bit chippy. We want to get involved here, just like the cat is getting involved with our unused microphone equipment.
Though I still stand by that Kelsey laugh was worth it to have a bad call because that was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm cheering against the Chiefs so hard. Snap is away.
I think you don't want the
Screen.
revenge game. dude.
Another hold on the offense, and Rashee Rice is going to get a touchdown taken off the board here.
You don't want the Lions and Chiefs because the Lions beat the Chiefs week 1, and you know that's
You can't beat them
probably not
twice.
going to be the
We
way
want
it's
the
going.
Ravens who dog walked the Lions by like 40 points halfway through the season.
Literally, like,
That's
it's
who
a
we
way
want.
better situation in a weird psychological way.
Second holding.
I'm so glad
Oh,
that
the
was
same
a hold because if we just totally no
Talk through it.
sold a Rashee Rice touchdown to go ahead by 40 points,
We're 2 for 2 on it calling a touchdown.
that would have been so bad. But look at us.
That's the second one on Trey Jones, and that's
Ooh,
that's-
that's a bad call. They just,
that's poor technique on Trey Smith. Like you should like that.
yeah. I mean, what do you want the back judge to do? Because that came from the back judge,
Yeah.
and the back judge just saw him wrap his whole
Yeah.
arm around his neck.
I was like, he let go, but I'm like, you gotta get inside. You gotta get
Yeah.
quicker to the defender and
Suddenly, not looking as confident about that field goal.
I don't know if Paxton turned something else off that he was streaming, but now we are like absolutely just cruising Wi-Fi wise.
like
Paxton did nothing.
I feel like
He just
Paxton,
left.
Paxton just went back to his room and turned off all his porn downloads.
Yeah.
No, those are priority.
Yeah, but nope, never mind. It's all the way out again.
Let me see.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to try. I might have an Ethernet cord in that backpack if I'm a good podcast producer, but I probably don't because I'm not. Pax will figure it out.
I was gonna say I have a bunch of them, but not here.
I usually put a bunch of I think I have an HDMI cord in that backpack, a bunch of weird shit. But maybe not an Ethernet cord. I don't know. Something I might add to the repertoire. Big 3rd and 24 here. Still close to field goal range. Feels like that's
We're
what
back
the
up.
Chiefs will be fighting for, is field goal range on this play.
Yeah, sure seems like it, right?
Clyde goes in motion.
You see-
Ravens showing blitz, and they send a blitz out of his hands quick, and they are going to
He's
get
right
field
at
goal.
that line.
Yeah, they get into field goal range there, and they're going to
Oh, their last
who
time-
called
oh,
timeout?
2 left.
Who called timeout there?
It feels
Was it
like
the
they
Chiefs?
should have.
That was early, so they should have ran it down to 5 seconds because then they kick the field goal, and then they don't have to do the kickoff. So a little bit of a mechanics error on the Chiefs side of things, because they're still going to have to kick this ball away, and theoretically, the Ravens could return it for a touchdown. But
Dude, their kicker's mustache is growing in so much stronger than Mahomes is.
that's embarrassing. Harrison Butker, 52
They have
yard
the
attempt.
same facial hair. This is just like double thick.
Yeah.
It's like 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch facial hair.
Here comes the field goal to end the half.
The kick is up, and the
Boy,
Chiefs take a
right
2-score lead, up 10 at half. And
Lamar Jackson can make magic happen in 4 seconds.
yeah. Oh, I do have an Ethernet. It's too short.
There's a we'll have the 2 cameras. One by the couch and then one where Jamie is over there. Like,
Paxton's doing math on the chords that he's got by his. This is fun.
we'll just have a Jamie Jakes cam where it's just him huddled by the bookshelf.
Look at this.
Oh, we're just gonna make it even harder to get refreshments during the game. Like this
Yeah.
is good. We have an obstacle course. American Gladiators had an easier obstacle course than what we're gonna have to do to try to get to the kitchen for something going forward. Look at this. Look at this. Look at.
This is
We're gonna have
work.
to shimmy around. We're gonna have to hurdle cords, or I'm just gonna have to stand on this couch and like leap over like a 9-year-old.
So Chiefs do receive at the second half. They're going to get the kickoff at the second half.
Yeah.
So kick is away, and kick is into the end zone. So the Ravens are going to take a knee here. Thanks for watching. We will be back at the start of
Third quarter.
the third quarter or the second
We're
half.
probably like 2 minutes late.
We'll be
but-
wired and
Ready to go. Hello and welcome back to what we talking about with Jamie Jakes. We are live stream watch partying the Kansas City and Baltimore Ravens game. We might sound even better this half. I have reconfigured the microphones in a certain fashion. We might have internet connection for this entire half as well. We'll see what happens. Feel good about everything. I feel great about having Patrick Mahomes in the backfield with Isaiah Pacheco to his right. Snap is away. Drops back to pass. Throws it off to Travis Kelce. He'll catch it for a gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 3. I'm back here with Ryan Perry. Welcome back to the second half, buddy.
Thanks for having me. Getting a little allergy attack here from Zeus.
I think your cat, Paxton Bailey,
Is hypoallergenic.
hyper. You have a
hyperallergenic
hyperallergenic cat because, my nose, I haven't had great allergies lately with the oak in the air, but man, oh man, my nose is running, which is great for audio. You know, they want to hear you be really, really stuffed up while you're calling a football game.
And it's like he knows I'm allergic, so he's like,
Yeah.
hey, what's going on, guys? I can kill you, right?
Snap is away. Pressure out of his hands and incomplete, almost intercepted. Noah Gray asking for a flag. Justin Watson. I don't think I saw anything there. 4th and 3, and the Ravens will have an opportunity to make it a 1-score game.
That's the Ravens defense I was expecting.
Bingo. Tight coverage, good pressure. Yeah, I think exactly. Well said, Ryan Perrio.
I was very disappointed. I think the Chiefs' game plan was definitely spot on and how to neutralize it with just immediately getting the ball out and just go attacking them on the horizontally.
Punt is going to be out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. And we'll see where the referee marks it up, and I am exactly right.
Man, punting has definitely not been the strongest for either team today. It seems like they have gotten them short, high, and
I wonder what the wind situation is there. It doesn't seem to be affecting the quarterbacks too much.
Doesn't seem to be affecting Butker, who's apparently nailing field goals from 50+ with no problems.
Jeez, what a stat line.
Boy.
10 targets, 10 receptions, 102 yards, and a touchdown.
Is that good?
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't say it's bad.
I wouldn't either.
What's up, little fat boy? Oh, I didn't mean to scare you.
You are now.
He's been hesitant of me since I got his balls cut off.
Lamar Jackson and pistol. That's playoff Eddie behind him. Handoff to playoff Eddie, and he's going to get. Wow!
He got
Great tackle. Absolutely mollywopped. Probably should have been blocked there.
Move, fat ass. Come on, you loaf.
Justin Reed on this tackle.
Lord, cat.
He got to get nervous there because of that. We all got hyped for that head-on collision there that kind of took Edwards down.
What the hell
Justin
is that?
Reed from Stanford.
Younger
Brother of Eric Reed. Carolina Panthers safety.
We got another freeze coming tonight.
What?
There's apparently another freeze set for tonight.
Jamie was working at the internet.
We already had that. That was your internet.
Handoff. Jet sweep to Flowers. He's going to get tripped up, and this is kind of the cheat. It feels like this might be a defensive half, if I had to guess.
If you bet the under, I recommended on the podcast that.
Did you bet the under?
Yes,
you recommended the under?
I said the Ravens and the under.
What was the under approximately set on the
42 or 44 or something like that? It was definitely 40s.
Snap is away.
You're looking pretty
Lamar
smart so far.
Jackson throws it up. Intercepted. Drop. Yikes.
And Zeus is looking for shelter at this point.
Paxton reacting.
Donkey punching me in the fucking wiener.
I thought he just learned that he had bet the over.
Who punched you in the wiener?
Zeus.
I think Zeus did. And that was friend of the podcast, Nick Bolton, on the near interception
I
there.
thought he meant for the podcast Zeus.
No.
He's not my friend anymore. Little shit.
My wife will be stoked that I can bring a third cat home.
Yeah, you can. Good
Bring a
luck
new cat
fixing
into the family.
I was about to say, dude, this guy needs some exercise. What we got to do with do?
We got apparently.
They can hear us.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Snap is away. Kick is up in the air.
I think
And
Paxton's on the
fair
injury
caught
I'm
on the
gonna throw up.
22.
That might.
Are you going to be good for the Lions game, buddy?
Come on, buddy.
Do we need to get the card for you?
That's
Just
not what it-
have you carded off with it.
That's not how an NFL tight end reacts to pain.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me flick your nut real quick. Okay, how about that?
I'm not claiming to be in the NFL.
Okay, let me flick Mark Andrews' nut. He's going to go down for 3 to 5 minutes.
If you're new to the show, Paxton Bailey thinks he could get a couple of good snaps and quality snaps
He
in.
thinks he could usurp Jason
I
Ferguson.
know I could get a couple good snaps in. I think I could have a 1-year career.
Jason Ferguson.
You could barely beat Jamie Jakes in the jumping competition.
Blocking, baby. I'm going to look like George Kittle, but I'm going to have some clutch
I
catches.
think if we do go up to Michigan for July 4th, that David Jake should take Paxton into the gym and see if he can.
Out squat Dave Jakes.
Yeah,
No, I can't. My back is fucked. But
I feel like David Jakes could like do any kind of fitness. Any versus David Jakes, could you think you could have any chance of beating him?
I could probably beat him in swimming.
Get this in between your knees again, you two. Ryan Barrett's face is blocked off.
Yeah, I feel confident that I could beat most of your family, yourself included, in most aquatic exercise.
Actually, you'd be surprised. Both parents did triathlons.
Okay.
So Kathy Jakes, Dave Jakes, they can swim. I
what a
think
randomly unlucky poll.
I know, right? That's usually such a strong one, and I'm basing it on this dude's like he's more muscle mass, so he's gonna sink.
The fact that he
think
looks like
bad.
he jumps in a vat of water and sinks.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd be like, let's see who can tread water the longest, and I'll grab a beer and sit back on my back.
No, Dave and Kathy Jakes used to literally swim laps at our lake in Michigan.
Dude, I love laps. I do that frequently when I go scuba diving.
You'd have to have a kayak next to whoever was swimming so they wouldn't get run over by the speedboats.
Oh yeah. So when I teach scuba diving, we teach at a like scuba basically park essentially. So there's no boating traffic, and it is a great place for swimming in general.
Yeah, I'm not a great swimmer at all. Whenever anybody asks, what's your hole in your fitness? Because people say, Jamie, you're so fit. I can't believe how fit you are. What are you bad at? And I always say swimming.
Dude,
Not
I
good at
didn't
swimming.
realize his hearing was that bad because we're all saying gay. The hole in his senses is obviously the
hole
auditory.
It's his butt, actually.
Let me scooch in a little bit closer to you guys.
That's what he said.
I think we sound absolutely spectacular. I think these microphones are really paying
Worth
off.
the investment.
Dude, I just thought of another merchandise opportunity to go along with Poncho Watch. We need to do like trading cards of everybody on this podcast, but we do our butts specifically. So you two can identify who's talking about football based on
Snap is away. Play action to Rashee Rice. Drop off to him. Hit hard.
Wait,
Darby.
little
Ronald
off.
Darby,
Miles
Florida
D-
State.
do you mean our rumpuses or their rumpuses?
Ours. Like we
Oh,
do
okay.
our butt because Jamie can identify most of the NFL by their ass.
Mhm.
Right.
That's been a thing that we've
And women
established.
by their nose.
I was
Yeah,
going to say,
by their nose.
Oh, it's incomplete.
If we ever do have a female commentator on this show, we'll do her nose and our butts.
Out of
Oh,
respect.
they're calling it a catch fumble. I thought they were going to say incomplete, but he got blown up and fumbled it backwards.
We have at least one female subscriber recently that I don't know.
Nice.
Subscribe to the channel.
I think that for what it's worth,
Hand off of the middle to Pacheco, and he'll gain 4 yards on the play. Miles Francis.
to be very clear, unlike a comedy show, which he is good about booking everybody at, I feel like this show has truly only lacked a female voice because we have not personally found a female fan who is also interested in being on camera.
Yep. Bingo.
That's that's.
I
fair.
tried to recruit one. She lives in Grapevine. Didn't sound too interested.
I
But
also don't know many female comics, at least, that like football.
That specifically
Zero.
like sports in
Zero.
general.
Zero of
That's
them
my
do.
problem as well with it.
that's the problem.
Most of the bartenders do.
Yeah.
It's like the bartenders at the bikes.
Drops back to pass over the middle. Caught.
Oh, big cut.
Is that
Gray,
Watson?
That's Gray, I think. Oh, it is.
It is.
Gray's
Yeah.
83.
Yeah.
Justin Watson. You can tell by the way their butts are shaped.
I was just saying, I just don't have their butt red yet.
No, actually, their butts are very similar, but the way Justin Watson moves is very different from Noah Gray. He's much quicker.
Yeah.
Great route, way to find an opening in the defense, and wow, Patrick Mahomes just puts it in the perfect spot. Makes shit like that look easy, which isn't normal. Rashee Rice goes in motion. He's basically a feature of this offense now, which is awesome. That's really good to see. Snap is away off the turf, caught by Patrick Mahomes. Quick screen. And is that MVS?
Yeah. I feel like Brenda Scantling after last week kind of got his mojo back after a season of just anytime the ball was going his way was a drop. Like I think he was the poster child for so many of the Chiefs receivers drops that you had your confidence has to be kind of just broken at that point when it's like you can do nothing.
Jamie, you got a timestamp to find for a clip. Zeus's tail just scared the shit out of me, and no one saw. But at 2 hours in, you'll find me just shit my pants.
Great.
It's approximately 4 minutes.
Wow, weird play to Travis
Oh,
Kelce.
he picked the throw there.
Looked like a triple pass. So it looked like a play action, fake RPO, triple pass from Travis Kelce. Either way, it's a first down. I don't know if Kelce was just goofing. We'll see here. So he goes in motion. He gets the backwards pass, and he fakes a pass down the field. Gets the first down either way.
Was there ever an intended receiver or an option receiver on
I think there was.
Yeah.
I think there was a receiver in that vicinity. I don't know if it was necessarily designed for him.
Well, there's always designs to pass back to Patrick on a run or a separate pass.
Patrick drops back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws it over the middle, gain of 2.
It feels like no point have the Ravens actually successfully put any pressure on Patrick Mahomes. Like the times that they have, he's been easily able to dip out of it. And I know that's, Patrick is who he is, but like it feels like the Ravens need to do something.
It's just, I think when you do, if he finds somebody, I think their priority is to try to take away his receivers more than it is to get to his grill.
So this is a by design choice of the Ravens in your mind?
The by design choice is that they'll blitz in random times like they are now.
See, like even here, it's like they just cannot get to this man.
But he's so good because of what he can do. He's the only player that when you do that, he can put it like outside of what CJ Stroud did against the Colts, where you just put a prayer up, but it's a prayer that goes right to a receiver so that they can actually make a play on the ball.
Holding on the offense. Big call on Jawan Taylor.
If it's third down, I don't understand why they didn't
decline that.
Yeah.
Take the 4th.
Van Noy, who got called for a personal foul earlier. They called it a holding, but that was definitely hands to the face.
Close hands to face, yeah.
Either way.
Is there a defined term? Does it start at the face?
Oh, it's
mask?
second down. Okay. I thought it was third down.
I just don't think they saw it.
It's fair.
Yeah, I think the referees are more reacting to the way Kyle Van Noy reacted. Snap is away, fake screen, and then real screen to Clyde, and it didn't work.
I think it's very interesting because it's like a read option. He was waiting to see if the defensive end crashed before he committed to the throw. So I would be curious if the defender actually stayed out there. What was the next read?
What was your plan?
Yeah,
is also what I'm wondering. 3rd and 15. Ravens absolutely, positively need a stop here. That big holding call was huge for them. And there's probably a real decibel reader, I think, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
The audience that they show doesn't seem to reflect the decibel meter at all.
Yeah. Snap is away. Another weird fake screen to Pacheco, and he's going to get it munched up.
He made a hell of a
great play.
It seemed like he was lucky to hold on to that ball. Honestly.
Van Noy again on the tackle.
I think this is the Ravens defense that they needed to.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Defensive half, like the vibe that we were getting from the beginning.
Let's see what Kelsey's complaining about. Let's see here. Kelsey is doing a lot of jawing. So
Kelsey number 87 on the left of your screen. He
mad.
wanted the screen.
Yeah, he was mad because it's a really interesting shell game that the Chiefs have where they just can scheme him open by having so much action right around him.
Yeah. Punt is into the end zone. So the Ravens will start with decent field position. Not a great punting game. It must be windy. It's got to be windy. That's the only explanation.
Like it's for sure cold.
Yeah. But I will say the interior bowl, those fans are usually not the ones that are making noise.
Yeah.
The people who are making noise are in the middle because people in the upper deck feel like they can't affect the noise. The people in the lower deck, they're like, we're too rich to stress our vocal cords or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the people just above them in like the 6th row up into the back of the second deck. That's where all the noise comes from in most stadiums. So I do believe that is a real decibel reader on that. The way you tell the difference is when, like at the Cowboys stadium, it's the same exact number every single time. And it always starts from 70 and it works its way up to like 110. And for some reason, the quarterback never needs to go like this. They never need to do a silent count in Jerry World. And I think, so there's been some drama, surprise, with the Cowboys where CeeDee Lamb was calling out Dak. And then I think Dak's brother or whatever called out the Cowboys fans for like.
I don't think it was Dak's brother.
Who was it?
I don't know, but Dak's brother is definitely dead.
Yeah, he committed suicide.
He doesn't have more than one brother?
He has 2 brothers.
Then there's the other
The
brother.
other brother died.
Yeah.
I thought he had
One
brother.
committed suicide. There's still another brother alive.
He is the youngest of 3.
Okay.
I didn't know when I said that he had a single brother, so I'm glad that there's another one to back my story up, but glad that you brought that up. Either way, family member of Dak is like, yeah, these are fake-ass fans. Like, we want to get out of Dallas, too. Would love to be out of Dallas is basically what
Honestly,
he
I
said.
don't blame him, dude. The Dallas
don't
fans
either.
are fickle as fuck.
They're dumb. They're like a really, football fan bases are stupid notoriously, but Cowboys fans are just stupid.
They're stupid in a stupid way.
Yeah.
The Bills fans are stupid in a fun way.
Yes.
The Bills Army or Bills Mafia.
Bills
excuse
Mafia.
Me, like the Philadelphia fans are stupid in a scary way.
Yes. Which is better than being in a dumb way.
And a much better than
Because
impressively
at
scary
least
way.
Philadelphia at home, they're loud.
Yes.
And Cowboys fans, they don't get the concept of like, they don't have enough football IQ to be like, hey, the whole reason there's an advantage at home is because you're supposed to be loud on defense. And when you're on offense, you're supposed to be quiet. There's so many times in Cowboy Stadium where Dak's like, shut up, you guys.
Mhm.
I think the crowd is just pensive because they know that they're not a dominant team. I think it's if you go back to the 90s, there were when I would go, there was a lot of crowd noise.
But that was a different stadium.
It's a different stadium.
It was in Irving. That's
but I
where
also think it's like, you're a dominant winning Super Bowl winning team. You kind of rally behind them. I think that every Cowboy fan is waiting for the shoe to drop of when the Cowboys,
I don't know. You're in the
it's
playoffs.
acoustics.
They in a game they had to win against the Lions. I was there. It was so quiet on all those 2-point conversions for the game. The 3 controversial ones back to back to back.
No
Drops
12th
back
man at
to
all.
pass, pressure, caught by playoff Eddie, and he's going to gain 15 yards. Oh, and he absolutely
Ooh, he just killed
demolishes somebody.
He's gonna get ice cream after the game. He's gonna get ice cream after the game for being a big boy.
Was that somebody who was injured? Who was
I
that?
think it was a coach.
Who took a pop there? Oh, wow.
Maybe.
He's laughing. He's laughing.
Oh, wow. He took a helmet right to the chin, too.
Yeah,
He deserves a double scoop for
I
that.
think it's either a trainer or an injured player. I think it's gonna be a trainer.
It
I
looked
think it's
like
a
a
trainer.
little bit aged in the face for a
definitely
player.
wasn't a player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Play action, drops back to pass, looking deep down
Maybe
the
it was
field.
Calvin
Plenty of time. Now he's going to get his feet going. And here we go. 40.
First down.
First down inside the middle of the field, 10-yard line.
They've got to get points out of this drive. You can't.
They got to make it a
They
one-score
really
game.
definitely need to get something.
You can't give the ball to Patrick Mahomes and this offense in the playoffs, even at Baltimore, unless you get at least 3. You got to get 3. Justin Tucker, they disrespected him pregame. Where are you now, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's raining now.
Ooh.
You gonna get a poncho watch?
We're going to keep a close eye on the poncho watch of this game. That's what we really excel at.
That's we're never late to the poncho
It's
watch.
amazing
Jamie.
how rainy
Dave,
it
you
looks
could
when
let
you
David
put it
take
in front of
photos.
stadium lights and then you watch the field and like no one sees
Cameras are
me.
too good. Snap is away. Steps up. And he's going to get hit. Ducks out of it. And he
What
gets the
the
ball
fuck
out of his
just happened?
hands to Hill.
He tabletopped someone else.
He literally just like put his head where his knees are. Put his head in between
Just
his
let him
knees
somersault over him.
to avoid that tackle.
Shades of
Dude,
Vince Evans.
the Lamar moves faster than the eye over here. I do not.
They used to-
I miss
Watch
that.
this.
Oh
Yeah.
my
He just
God.
like
Just
ducks
slipped right
underneath
off.
it
Yeah.
and then gets it out of his hands.
There was
That would have been a devastating sack. Go
There
ahead,
was
Ryan
a
Perry.
backup for the Raiders in the early 90s was a veteran named Vince Evans, and he was a master doing that. Like, he just had a strong base, and so defenders would go high, and he would just dip, and it would be like when you're trying to wrestle your brother, he'd duck down, he'd go over. He did that so many times.
Lamar Jackson in shotgun here, and they get the ball off just in time. Plenty of time again. Screen to Hill.
Good throw.
Makes one man miss. Wow, yeah, that was a great
First
throw. He put it in the perfect spot.
Yeah.
So he could run through it. Like he would cut it in stride, like forward, not horizontal, but
Dave Jake says Lions fans are smart because we've learned how not to win football games for decades.
Well, you're prepared for the pain that it takes to be a franchise fan. Honestly.
it's like you're finally. It's like you're just finally you get some semblance of happiness, and it's like I think fan noise is joy.
I legitimately.
I think it's intelligence.
Okay.
I think it's intelligence. I think some fans just don't understand why it's an advantage. Play action, drops back, steps up, and toss out to Hill. And Hill gain about 6 on that play. Because really, as far as sports go, especially gambling, football has by far the highest home field advantage out of any other sport because you physically can
change the game.
Yeah. The Lions won that game against the Rams
We talked
potentially
about that on the
entirely
podcast,
because multiple procedural penalties on the offense for the Rams.
What, probably 40 yards and just possibly fan affected penalties. if not
Exactly.
more.
It's
Well-
also one of the only games you actually have to hear at like most points in the
Oh,
game.
yeah.
You're actually getting calls.
Yeah. Communication is important. Snap is away, drops back to pass, throws it to the right, and it's going to be incomplete.
Ooh.
All
That's
the
all
other
we
home
should
field
have
advantage is basically travel
Ooh.
and flag on the play. That's important. Is home field advantage for other sports is basically travel and just like momentum.
Mhm.
And like honestly, holding on the offense. Oof. That's
Well,
gonna.
I was gonna say maybe a little takedown on Chris Jones.
Oh, and I'm now just realizing the Lions are going to play in the NFC Championship game in not too long, and I just got really nervous.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
It's Chris Jones' watch.
That's a good call.
Little wrestling takedown as he gets by.
A little high crouch. I had a wrestling dream last night. So I watched wrestling. I wrestled in college for two of the people who are listening who don't
Did you
know.
pin Pat McAfee or vice versa?
I wish, buddy. I would love to have pinned Matt McAfee in my lifetime. Lamar Jackson in shotgun. Blitz from the Chiefs. Plenty of time.
Throw.
Pass caught. Is that Mr. Andrews? It is. I had a dream about wrestling that I was out of shape for my senior season. That was the dream I had last night. Weird dream,
You
right?
okay?
Probably not. If I had to guess based off that
Yeah.
dream.
You need some therapy, buddy?
Yeah, but I watched college wrestling yesterday and had that dream last night. Interesting.
Oh, wow.
I feel I'll disagree with David Jake saying other sports it's emotional support because I'm a baseball fan too, and I feel like when you're pitching, your crowd noise gets behind a pitcher. I think you can,
That is emotional though.
it's
Snap is
emotional.
away. Chiefs send a blitz. It's gonna get home this time, and he's gonna get hit, and he's gonna get held up, sacked,
Justin
No
Reed.
points for the Ravens. Once
out
again.
of field goal range.
Yeah.
Bad sack for Lamar Jackson.
Now he's flustered.
So people are saying that the script writers want 2 Harbaughs in the championship game. Maybe the script writers want 2 Michigan teams in the championship game. I'm just saying. People are saying that.
I've heard that at least once, maybe twice.
Maybe twice, maybe multiple times. First game of the season was what? Kick is up in the air. It was Lions and Chiefs.
How that is, there's something poetic about that.
How many week 1 matchups were there in the past? Because I know Ravens Texans was a week 1 matchup. I'm just curious to know if there's been like a playoff where like there's been multiple week 1 matchup rematches. Like in
That's some next gen stat stuff.
Mhm.
And you might be losing us on online. We're getting another bar situation. I'm gonna go pee.
Even though we're wired, dude.
You
That's
guys
wild.
banter. I think they're just throttling us, Paxton.
Well, I think
They're throttling our internet because they don't want us to be famous.
That's it.
Fuck you, North Richland Hills.
No, this is the
Yeah,
Manning.
no
this is
shit.
the Manning brothers, dude. They heard about us cutting into their numbers. They're paying somebody to make sure that we can't compete. Those cowards. They've got the Bud Light money, and now they're using it against us.
No, I'll tell you what they're really mad about. They're just mad that I'm coming for their forehead. That's
If you take the hat off, you're definitely coming for their
Yeah,
food.
Jamie, we have a traitor in our midst.
I'm using it as my own. Fuck you, Peyton, and the mouth breathing Eli.
This was all an elaborate ruse to get us to these studios to sabotage us.
Saboteurs.
Yeah. Do you use Just for Men?
No,
So
but
you're
I
just
have
losing it. It's
found.
not turning gray.
Yeah, I have found grays already though.
I'm getting a streak. I'm a huge horror fan, and in one of my favorite movies, Nightmare on Elm Street, the main character has a gray streak that goes right here, and I'm getting the same one, and I think it's dope as hell.
We recently, just speaking of talking about Nightmare, we just talked about my aunt was in like, I think you said it was the fifth one.
We talked about this recently. Yes, I'm good personally. Thank you.
I'm good.
We did talk about this recently. I actually have her page still pulled up because I meant to look into it. She was in the sixth one, Freddy's Dead.
Yeah.
Which is honestly probably the worst one. But
Who gives a shit?
but I
Yeah.
still love it.
Yeah.
It's still great. It
I
was
think-
in 3D.
I
It
think
was
Freddy
insane.
versus Jason's still the worst one.
Oh, I love Freddy versus Jason. Hard disagree. I think that's a fantastic crossover.
And Leslie was
It's
cool.
it's dated. There's definitely some issues with it, but and it deserves a sequel. They actually have a comic sequel that it's Freddy versus Jason versus Ash from Evil Dead. It's
Oh, I thought you
fantastic.
were just say catch him.
Yeah, dude.
That would be interesting. Just
That's
Pokemon-
actually- it was
just a Pokemon of horror. just like-
Charizard is how Freddy got scarred.
would just be an interesting concept of that you have all the horror. If you have all the horror like icons, who would you choose to do battle? Like
Yeah,
a Pokemon style battle. If
That
so,
would be
if they
fun.
throw Freddy Krueger out there, who is your counter?
Jamie's never leaving this podcast to our hands again.
Hand off up the middle, and he's going to get stuffed short after a gain of 2 or so. I mean, I heard Pokemon, I heard horror movie stuff, I heard weird spinoff
You got a lot-
versus movies.
You got a lot of stuff to tag in the hashtags.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to make those clips.
hey, Terrell Suggs.
Terrell
Suggs.
Suggs, drink.
Best Sunday Night Football intro, or like whenever they would announce he would announce his name. He would always be like, he would always say something ridiculous. So
Did he come back
God,
and
that
retire
Key
as a
and Peele sketch
Raven?
was so good, dude.
Mm-hmm. What did you say, Paxton?
Did he come back and retire as a Raven? Like where they do like a day contract
Yeah.
or something?
I don't know. Hand off the middle
I think
to
it was-
Pacheco, and he'll gain maybe half a yard, maybe 0 yards. Kyle Van Noy, friend of the Pat McAfee show, in on that tackle. We've invited him on.
He said no.
He didn't respond. I should start just sending out random ass DMs to.
Why not?
to
Dude, I'll be real. I've had a lot of when I had my Simpsons podcast, I got a lot of the Simpsons writers on my show, and it was all because I interacted with them on Twitter. I would ask permission to DM them. They would say yes, and then I would start up a conversation, and I got a lot of cool people to come on the show.
I think we should target Deuce Vaughn.
Deuce Vaughn would be a great person.
Get
to
him in
talk-
studio.
Yeah.
Snap is away. Drop. Oh, instant pressure up the middle, incomplete. And that's going to be, like we said, big. God, we are such a good broadcast team. We called it from the very beginning. This is going to be a second half defensive game.
People are going to think
Yeah.
this is scripted for sure.
Yeah.
weird play call. Look, they just
Yeah.
let Washington come in. Look at it. Watch. Nobody like picks him up at all. He just is let free. And I think that was just a poor read by the backup center who basically didn't call the right blocking.
Punt is in the air. And the Ravens are going to catch it on the 35. And he's going to get slanged down to the floor. And that's where they're going to start. Dave Jakes says, I'm taking Ash and the points. I don't know if that refers to Ash from the Evil
I
Dead
also was wondering that.
or
yeah.
Ash Ketchum.
I'm assuming he's being Ash from Evil Dead based on that's my
I feel
hunch.
David Jakes is an Evil Dead fan.
Yeah.
No, I'm sticking
Miles
with what I
Francis
want to
was in an Evil Dead play. Now,
Evil
when
Dead-
I
was
went
in
to
the
that
Evil Dead,
play,
the musical.
had nothing to do with the series of Evil Dead, I noticed.
It absolutely
Not very
did.
canon.
It followed the exact story. What are you talking about? It
Uh,
was literally, we all went to the cabin in the woods. The cabin turned out to be super not cool. We all got
I was
possessed.
expecting an Evil Dead 4.
Oh no. This is like the Evil Dead the musical is essentially a retelling of the first two Evil Dead.
Yeah,
movies.
but without the characters from the Evil Dead movie.
What are you talking about? It had literally. I was Scott. Ash was there. All of the original characters are the main characters of that.
Okay, I totally missed all that.
Yeah. You're just that at Evil Dead, bro.
I mean, there was a guy with a chainsaw hand, but no Ash.
Yeah, it was literally the same exact characters from the first 2 movies. I was Scott.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
It was super fun. Honestly, that was a great time.
That was a great time. I did have a great time at that movie, at that the play.
Hell yeah, dude! I appreciate you coming out.
The play.
Shout out to Bo Show and the Arts Center Theater.
I just did a comedy show there. That's how I ended up adopting cats. So I did. Bo put together a show where he invited out a couple of adoption agencies for pets to bring animals that could be adopted. We do have to do that outfit, but we took the pets with us. So I had a dog with me. We brought him out on stage, and basically I did my set while the dog was just like doing its thing. So I tried to, essentially riff off of what the dog was doing. And it turned out great. I had a really good time. I literally ended up as a wireless mic, and the dog just wanted to go say hi to everybody. So I just walked through the crowd and did my set. Did
interviewed people.
Did a lot of crowd work.
It's just
what's the deal with airplane IMs? But no, anyway, the next day, adopted 2 cats from the same place that we met the cats from.
Were the cats at the show? Did you see the cats at the show and fall in love?
No. So the thing is, full disclosure, the cats are from an agency that does rescue, which means that they go to shelters and take cats that are otherwise going to be euthanized and adopt them for the sake of housing them. The other agency that brought the dogs had dogs and cats, but they only brought dogs to this event. They are truly a shelter. So that is basically one step before that. And I went directly to the shelter. And honestly, that's not like a say one's better than the other, but I like supporting animal shelters. The adoption fees go to preventing a lot of just my preference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, if you're rescuing, you're doing a good thing.
100%.
Snap is away. Play action. Drops back. Deep throw to the left. Here we go. Caught. Zay Flowers wide open. Inside the 20. 15. Makes 2 juke moves inside the 10.
Woo, with a little.
Oh, he should get 15 for that. He
that's
stood
not a
over
good
top
move.
of him. He's a rookie.
He said, little boy.
He really did. And he's like 21 years old. Wow. Yeah, and that safety, that was a cover 2, totally blown
The
coverage.
Jarrett Sneed went with the wrong guy.
Yep, he sure did. He acted like it was a cover 3, and they are going to give him 15.
That. Damn.
Yeah, you kind of have to. You can't do that, Zay. You can't do that, Zay.
Yeah, that's a rookie mistake right
And
there.
that is a rookie mistake. Not a rookie play, but a rookie mistake. And that's what Lamar Jackson's telling him. He said, you're a baller.
Don't take your helmet off. Don't do that. Well, see,
who do you think you are, Patrick Mahomes? He did kind of,
I think he's mad because the Jarrett Sneeds hold them.
You could have pushed him off of you.
Yeah,
you could have flipped the ball at him, but you can't stand over top of him like that. You can't do that. And that it's just like that third hip pump from the Key and Peele skit.
1, 2.
Yeah, you can do 2. You can't do 3.
At him.
Snap is away and dump off in the direction of Zay and Hill. And Flowers is having a tough time.
Yeah, man, you gotta keep your
composure,
your mental game in check, dude.
Bingo.
Well, I think it's first the anger of that, then the realization that you've cost your team 15 yards. I think you kind of get into this different headspace where you're angry, but you're also feel bad about that, and so you try to do too much to kind of remedy it rather than just play the next snap. You just try to get it all back in one snap, and it's not going to happen.
Got to have a short-term memory there. Zay goes in motion.
Crossing.
Drops back to pass. Over the middle. Caught. There he is. He's going to get the first down. And he's going to get inside the 11. And he's just going to drop the ball. And he's going to walk back to the huddle.
Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath.
You love to see that, you know?
It's like those film strips we were in elementary school where you did the wrong thing the first time. And the second time, stop. Think.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start a new age football camp where we do yoga and meditation to help keep your mental game in check on these big plays.
Screen.
But I mean,
Is that
caught.
Yep.
Ugh, Bateman almost fumbles it there. Looked bad.
we'll whistle for progress so they can't challenge it. So
Yikes. It'll be end of the third quarter. We're going to go into commercial break here. Dave Jakes was talking about, I believe, Ash Williams in terms of Evil Dead, the movie.
What
Ash Ketchum would win, dude.
against Ash?
In a fight?
Pikachu loves him so much that he would kill Jason and what was it, Freddy? I don't know. I don't watch all those movies.
Ash Ketchum with his full repertoire of Pokemon could easily defeat any evil villain.
Paxton's.
How many Pokemon does Ash get to bring with him? I don't know the rules of Pokemon.
5.
5?
It's always 6.
Do I get to wait? Do I get
6?
to do any 6 evil like horror movie icons against any of your?
Yeah,
6
go ahead.
Pokemon?
I'll defeat each one of your horror icons with a Pokemon.
Okay.
And we won't even go like top tier because I could
I
say
might.
Mew and one Mew could kill anything.
That's true.
I'll
I'm not
go-
going to use no legendary Pokemon, but I might use top tier.
Okay, you guys
We'll
have
be
lost me.
respectful.
I don't know Pokemon, but I will say I do know horror, and I'm gonna just start with Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Pinhead from Hellraiser. I feel like I'm a champ. Could take out Pinhead with one little boxing strike to the head. It's going to push those pins into his head. He's going to die.
Does Pinhead have by Pokemon rules? If we're fighting under them, does Pinhead get to use all of the Deadites, not Deadites, whatever they're called in the Hellraiser movie, all of his demons?
There's multiple demons that he can summon.
Oh yeah, like a ton of. He's just the leader of like a whole.
He's
bunch
an army.
Of,
He's
yeah,
like
he's like
the
an
leader of
army of. Like,
Okay,
and
I'm
their
gonna
whole
change.
thing is they love suffering. So the more pain you inflict on them, like the better their life.
Okay, I'm going to change
Like
my.
he's little Jigglypuff who loves him to death.
That's a good
No
answer.
suffering.
That's a good answer. I was going to go with a literal ghost type Pokemon, which would obviously be impervious to all of the demons. So I was going to go Gengar on that. I think Gengar, uses a hypnosis spell on him, and Pinhead is, out for the count.
Ooh. Popeyes has got wraps now, or there was a Jack in the Box wrap. Jalapeno and chicken tenders. Oh, that's gonna hurt in the morning, boy.
I recently had Jack in the Box for the first time in a long time, and it was so good.
Does religion exist
What
in the
did you get
Pokemon
at that?
universe? Because I'm going with Pazuzu. If not,
It's just the chicken.
What's that?
Pazuzu is the demon that possessed Reagan in The Exorcist.
I'm going to allow it. You can allow anything because I'm using Pokemon. So tell me more about this. Tell me more about this character. By the way, numbers have spiked since we started talking about this.
horror movie is great. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
Pokemon for sure.
We are about to start the fourth quarter. So
Yeah.
The fourth
don't
one.
want to
Bitch.
jump into anything. Essentially, Pazuzu is a demon that is a hierarchy. Wait, we'll do more later. I love horror movies.
Ravens.
Bonus episode in between games.
Look, Lamar Jackson drops back to pass over the middle, caught by Flowers. He's able to touchdown. Oh, he drumbled it.
Wait.
Oh
it
no!
was past the line.
The referee's gonna call a fumble. They're gonna call a recovery by the Chiefs. We're gonna have to see. That's gonna be a touchback on the field. Let's see the replay. Automatically reviewed.
He passed the threshold.
He got through the plane.
It
I thought he was in.
I think he got it, but I mean,
I
obviously
think he was
they,
in.
We know what the play call is. Show us the replay, CBS.
Let's see.
So he's got the ball.
Zay Flowers
He's got the
has the ball.
That ball is.
Oh no! The two rookie mistakes back to back. The Chiefs recover. It's going to be a touchback fumble. Good call on the play by the referees who saw it and called it in real time.
Mhm.
And oh no, the Chiefs stopped the Ravens and they're going to go to the Super Bowl because of this play.
Jamie Jakes is cheering at Michigan right now.
Oh
Did we
no!
ever get an answer to why he wants that beef with the Chiefs?
Who's that?
Your dad.
Dave Jakes?
Yeah.
I think he was cheering for Mr. Pfizer pregame.
That's what we were saying, but do we know why? Did we?
I think he might have potentially backed a couple of the recommendations I made on the sports gambling podcast.
Oh, got you. Purely a financial decision.
I think
Keep
so,
that-
if I had
that
to guess.
retirement afloat.
Just like Mr. Pfizer taking that commercial. Handoff up the middle to
Nice.
Pacheco. And he'll gain 3 yards on the
Oh,
play.
there's a little.
Travis Kelce getting some extracurriculars in again.
With
Quick, Patrick
Kelsey,
Queen.
dude.
They were like
Swing.
going at it hardcore.
Now, do you think this makes Swifties concerned with all the violence that he's demonstrating from the tight end position on the field.
From like day one, there's been a subgroup of Swifties that have already expressed that concern.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the lesbian ones.
Here's
He
the
thinks
thing.
The Swifties
Here's
are
the thing. Taylor is a legit NFL fan. This is not a she's here to support her boyfriend. She was an Eagles fan for a long time. She knows it's a violent game. She understands that dude sometimes
snap is away, pressure rolls out to the right, just like Baker Mayfield does all the time. Incomplete.
He got rocked though. I'm
Did he?
surprised he did not get a flag.
She just wants a bad.
Wow.
masculinity is not, and aggression is not automatically toxic. There are places that those can be applied in society that are completely appropriate. Swift knows that, and I think that she's going to be basically backing her man in this situation. She knows what's on the line. This is for the suit. This is for the. There's
looks
4
like
teams.
Flowers has got
Girls
a hand
like it
injury
when
that they
guys
can't
talk
stop
shit.
the bleeding, so he's getting frustrated because he may not be out there for the next series. But Patrick Mahomes got leveled. They didn't even show the replay of that, but he got absolutely
Patrick out of his hands quick to Mr.
Speaking of Mr.
Pfizer,
Pfizer.
and he will be close to their own 40-yard line, out of bounds, hit. Kathy Jake says, based on how the Lions played against both these teams, we'd rather have KC. I'd tend to agree.
Wait, hold on. But we agreed that week 1 it was a no Kelsey, very sloppy Kansas City. They have come a completely different way.
I'd argue that the Lions have come a long way since then as well.
But the Ravens, I think, have consistently from the get-go been they pummeled y'all.
Yeah, very recently too. Like that was like week 8.
I don't think the Lions are going to let that happen twice. I like the reverse.
I don't know about all
And
that.
they can't get his hands to stop bleeding, so he's gonna
come back in. They
Obviously not on y'all's
not
level,
if
but
he-
I
not
am
if he can't
cheering
stop
for the
the bleeding.
Lions.
You'll just put on a restaurant finger condom. It'll be fine.
restaurant finger condom.
Yeah.
5 receptions for 115 yards, a touchdown.
That's what
the
they
only
call it.
touchdown of the game.
Wow.
But just a really good plays suffered by some tragic
Rookie mistakes. Yeah. 13:24 on the clock here.
As the Chiefs just basically can matriculate down the field because every third down they just find 87.
1st and 10. Snap is away. Handoff up the middle. Pacheco gets munched up by Raquan Smith, and a handful. Somebody got decapitated on that play.
Is that the backup?
Hopefully
center,
that's
so
just
they
a
gotta go
helmet. It
third
is.
string?
There's no head in there.
Yeah, thank goodness.
We're
Thank
talking about
goodness.
horror movies.
Yeah.
Look at Burgess Valdez-Scantling back there, just in the end zone by himself on that play, and they throw it to Kelsey instead. Like he's doing jumping jacks back there, about number 11.
High knees, Paxton. We sound absolutely spectacular.
What's the thing
by the
that
way.
people go, the NFL player, the combine? We basically set up the combine in here.
Snap is away. Screen to Watson. Oh, he gets munched up. Loss
Big
of
hit.
3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Baltimore
Well,
saying they're not quite done
letting
yet.
them take shots on Patrick Mahomes. Like I'm stunned at the level of physicality they're letting the defenders come at Patrick Mahomes with. Oh,
Got
maybe
a flag
not.
on the play. Speaking of,
Finally hit him a little bit too late, it looks like. The referees are, they've been doing a pretty good job. Yeah, they do call it. Good call, Ryan Perrio. We're going to watch this replay. I totally missed it. I wasn't watching.
yeah, I didn't see it at all.
Clowney
I
called on
trusted
it.
you. You never led me astray.
That one
before.
wasn't as severe as the first one. This one,
Oh yeah, honestly.
still.
Yeah, he dropped his helmet.
Yeah.
If he would have hit him with his hands, I think that would have been fine. It wasn't super late. It's the fact that he dropped his helmet
Yeah.
into Mahomes' chin. You can't be doing that.
But the other
Yeah,
one, like,
good
they
call.
literally just like cleaned him out. It was
And
like,
you can't lead with your helmet, right?
Yeah, that was a great call, actually.
Yeah.
Really, really good call. I like them
you
calling
can't
that.
hit him in the helmet with your helmet.
Paxton, would
Also,
you grab me
can't-
one more, please?
Could you plug this in for me as well? It's my phone.
It's just I can't believe the amount of mistakes that this Ravens team's making. Like it just seems
it sucks,
every
Mhm.
defensive stand they get a defensive penalty that gives them a first down to keep a drive alive. Offensively, they get a penalty that sets them back.
When they've had so many opportunities that they've squandered, like when Jackson caught his own pass, for instance.
Yeah.
Snap is away, drops back to pass, and he's gonna hit.
Oh!
Ooh, hit low, and he's gonna avoid the sack originally.
I
It
was
looks
gonna say,
like
did he not ever go down there?
that was crazy that they didn't call that a penalty. That hit, I guess maybe it was above the knees, but man, oh man, that looked scary for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, and that's best case scenario if you're in the NFC Championship game. You want the Chiefs to win, and you want Patrick Mahomes
He's
to
not down there. That's crazy.
That's crazy. You want Patrick Mahomes to be not playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, literally though, I can't believe he was able
I
to
believe
keep
the
that
whole
alive.
football.
That's going to be a TikTok dance next week. Is the
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes knees
We should
together,
start
leaning
now.
back?
First time sack this postseason. That is the first sack of Patrick Mahomes.
That's insane. Mahomes out of his hands quick to Rashee Rice. Ravens punching for the football. He's going to get taken down. It'll be 3rd and long still, and they're out of field goal range at the moment. Be a big stop here for the Ravens defense.
Wait, are they going to do the Super Bowl in slime time? Can we please commentate the Super Bowl in slime time?
Absolutely.
I think they're doing something else. It's at 11:30 a.m. So it's definitely not the Super Bowl.
Uh,
That's like
it's just Super Bowl Sunday.
maybe it's just the highlights at slime time. Maybe
Yeah.
Rashee Rice, 8 receptions, having a great PPR fantasy game.
I was going to say, that'd be crazy if they were doing a dual cast of that. I mean, that would not make any sense.
They probably should.
Nah, they don't.
Too much licensing money.
That money for ad time. They would go
Snap is
bananas.
away, drops back to pass, throws it, and it's caught on the ground, incomplete. Actually,
Roquan Smith just comes and makes sure.
just so we are sure that the play is dead, Raquan said.
Is there a team with like across the board worse facial hair situation than Kansas City? Can you hand that to me, please, sir?
A worst facial hair decision. Why?
As a man who can't even grow it myself, I'm seeing just like a lot of weak attempts at a mustache on this team.
I think it's like I said, they may do like the playoff thing for like hockey does the playoff.
Yeah.
It's like November
It's like no
or
shave,
November, excuse me.
no shave. It's just probably team building / kind of
Yeah. They should just
superstition.
not.
And punt is going to be down inside the 2-yard line.
First good punt of the game.
Watson, ball dropped right on the 10, caught by Watson on the 1.5-yard line, and the Ravens need a score.
They have to get a touchdown.
We've
and
said
that's-
that in the last 3 drives for what it's worth.
But
Yeah.
I mean, lucky for them, their defense has held them to 0
Mhm.
points to counter
Lucky,
them.
wait, you're
If that
saying it's
would've-
been a defensive half, Ryan Perio?
It's been very defensive. It is,
I wonder who called that.
Almost like
the
we
script-
did
the
on
script
this
writers.
show. Speaking of script writers, the Chiefs have had multiple goal line fumble situations exactly like that, reminiscent of the Cleveland Browns with Hollywood Higgins reaching forward, ball through the back of the end zone, touchback, Chiefs ball was the difference in that game. Looks like that's going to be the difference in this game as well. So script writers, get it going again. That is a penalty. That is a rule change that they're definitely going to take a big look at this offseason, is when somebody fumbles through the end zone, that it's change of possession, ball on the 20. You know?
I think they did that for a reason. I think there was a lot of teams that were fumbling in the end zone, and they would just they would get at the ball at the 1, and so that I think you have to punish the team. I think you.
Yeah.
I know it's such a buzzkill for the team, the offensive team, but I think it was from. I would like to say it was New England Jets, maybe. I think where they
Paxton
fumbled,
Bailey, sorry, buddy. Could you get me another one, please?
where they
Thank you.
fumbled it through the end zone and they just got the ball back at the 1, and so then they just went in the next play and scored on a 1-yard touchdown run. And
So here's the rule change. Here's my still change of possession, but you get the ball wherever somebody fumbled it.
So you get it in the end zone. That'd be a safety.
No. Where the person fumbled it.
Oh, where it was.
So if they fumble it on the 4-yard line, you get it there,
Yeah.
and it goes to the end zone. You fumble it on the 1-yard line, you get it there. I
Yeah.
think that's fair, right? Because if you get a turnover on downs at the goal line, you start the ball right there, not on the 20, right? Thank you, Paxton.
Yeah, the only thing is because it's a touchback, That's the whole rule. It's like it's. I think
that's how you fix it. I think you do change of possession still, and then you start wherever, or just an arbitrary like on the 5 or whatever, on the 2. I think that would be more fair than starting with a turnover on the 20. So they have the Mo highlighted here in the end zone, and that is for a Ravens fan who was like a child, had like a terminal disease.
Is his name Mo?
Yeah, passed
Oh,
away.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry.
So they,
yeah. Hell yeah.
No.
Shout out to Mo.
Yeah. Shout out for real. Like so that's why they highlight the Mo and
That's
pretty
sweet.
cool thing the Ravens do.
Yeah.
Zeus could really could make his presence felt on this couch.
He sure can.
Lamar throws it deep to the right. He's got a man. It's overthrown again.
Yep.
Another overthrow. Bateman.
That would have been a tough completion, even if it was on target. That was
Yeah. At least he got the ball out of his hands quick.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that felt more of a throw out of like needing to get rid of the ball than like actually having like a good solid target. I think that's why he threw it the way he did. He threw it long intentionally because his man was the only one that could have gotten there, even though it was a long shot.
They're reviewing all of the massive Ravens fuck ups at the moment. it's a Ravens fuck ups compilation.
There's been a lot of Ravens fuckery for sure.
Yeah. Zay Flowers, speaking of the devil, snaps away, drops back to pass. He's going to step in the pocket, sidearm to likely. It's going to be caught. First down.
First of that?
Wow. And they get room. That's a big play.
That's a really good move on his part.
Yeah, to me, likely is a better weapon than Andrews at this point. Like I feel like I just think Likely's been just absolutely unreal in some of the catches he's made, like some of his athleticism, like he's kind of unlocked it.
Oh no, Chris Jones getting up really, really slow. He stepped really weird on that left extremity. Oh, trip. He got tripped. Should have been a safety. Hill tripped him. So that's going to be a Charlie horse. So that's good news for Jones. Bad news for the Chiefs is that trip wasn't called because that was a safety. Big miss. Ravens need it. I don't know what just happened. Deep ball to the left. Did you hear that whistle?
That whistle was weird.
We heard the whistle.
Was that a fan?
On the broadcast.
See the whistle in?
Yeah.
We have our broadcast turned down low and us turned up on high.
Because you should have your broadcast turned down low and us turned up high.
Yeah.
So that it's even more embarrassing when we freeze.
That was Odell's first target of the game. Incomplete. That was weird.
Boy, Cowboys sure lucked out in I guess their evaluation and not signing him. Like I think everybody thought that he was going to be, when he was released from the Rams, that he was going to be a Cowboy.
Odell?
Yeah, he's a Cowboys fan too, and so it was kind of like, well, he wants to be here. We want him here.
Snap is away. He's in the pocket. A lot of clean pockets. Great offensive line game.
Woo!
Makes one man miss, looking like Lamar Jackson. And he'll gain about 9.
I don't think he got the first, but he's close.
No, it'll be 3rd and short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like he landed on Karlaftis.
Uh-oh, John Cena.
Oh, shit. Where'd he go? I don't even know.
Speaking of you can't see me, feels like these offensive lines are really taking over this point of the game. Snap is away. Lamar drives back to pass. 3rd and short. He's got to run for this first down, right? But the Chiefs do a good job of containing him. Chiefs defense is tired, and he's going to get hit. He's going to go down.
Oh, he took a loss, too.
Yeah. What?
Sack,
He took a
4th
loss,
down, no
too.
one open.
Well,
No
why
check
didn't he just
down.
run for it? I don't understand.
Like
Because the Chiefs contained him. Look at the defense. They're not even really rushing at him. They're just playing to contain him. And a lot of deep routes down the field. Ravens look tired too. That was bad.
He came off of Zay Flowers. It looks like late. Oh, we got to go for this.
They have to. And this should be the game. Effectively.
Big one.
Effectively here is going to be the game. They got to try and do a hard count here, right? They didn't last time on the 4th down. Are they just going to run a Lamar Jackson automatic first down play? Nope. They got the Gus Bus back there with them. They're going to throw it over the middle, caught by Odell.
Oh, beautiful.
Yikes. Wow. I mean, that's
Almost
not the play
Cowboys.
call I would have called.
But it's like you gotta get things going. You can't just.
John's like, just throw it to Odell. Jeez Pete's. So bless you. Allergic to your own cat.
Yep.
Snap is away, drops back to pass again. Okay, now he's going to step up and he's going to get the ball away. Is that going to be caught?
No,
That was like a no one. There was a no one. He just threw it away.
I think there was a human being down there. It was under the.
I hope they showed it again because I don't
think there was anybody there. I think he was expecting someone to go and they just didn't go.
Thursday skills show. So we'll have to do a live Thursday thing. And then we're going to do a live flag football and more skills commentary. We're not going to know what's happening, but we're going to commentate it.
Yeah, maybe we can. We'll do our best to recreate the skills competition at the halftime. Whatever they do, we'll try to like make it with what we have at the house.
The catches on the casting couch. Yeah, Lamar Jackson out of his hand, caught again by Odell, is getting involved here late in the.
I have a tub of sports equipment in my garage. Let's throw it in the car, and we'll use what we can.
Tub of sports equipment. I have a tub of lube in my garage, so we'll get those two things together, and we'll.
A lot of time.
You guys can bet on the over/under.
I don't like the amount of time that the Ravens are taking in between. I think they need to kind of hurry up and kind of get this defense gassed.
They do have to score twice. I mean, like that. Yeah. That is a thing that needs to happen.
Hand off to playoff Eddie up the middle, by the way, for a first down.
But I just feel like you already got. You see Chris Jones on his hips.
You see Edwards down.
It's cramping. So the 49ers, while we're working through this cramp here, took their guys the day before the NFC Championship game to a puppy adoption agency.
This was
yesterday, and had them like kissing small little puppy dogs.
Okay.
And my take on that is, I bet Dan Campbell is having them watch on X Nature is Metal videos to prepare them. And the 49ers from San Francisco are like kissing little puppies. Which team would you prefer?
I do love puppies. I'm not gonna lie.
But do you like puppies for your full contact sports super freak athletes? Snap is away, drops back to pass, throws it to the left, caught wide open. Nelson Aguilar's got this one inside the 30, inside the 25, steps out of bounds, stops the clock.
Here's the thing. They're getting all the cuddly wuddlies out with the puppies now, and they're going to stomp y'all come game time.
Wow.
Oof.
See, it's like a 50-50.
You'll notice they visited dogs and not cats.
Devo's on active.
He's playing.
But we all know
Lamar Jackson, another deep ball into the end zone. Wow. Are they going to get the PI?
What's
No.
Dave Jakes just said that Paxton is no longer invited to the 4th of July. I have no idea what that's about.
That's probably in reference to what he just said. Slandering the name of my family. I hope it's a close game. If it's a close game, that's going to be exciting, Or I hope the Lions win by infinity.
I think it's going to be close. I think
7 points seems like way too much.
The way they played against Kansas City, I was like, I can't see them riding that ship immediately. I think there's definitely some fun.
Lamar deep ball over the middle, intercepted. And this game's over. So the Chiefs are going to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they sure are.
No flags.
And Lamar Jackson is not. So the NFC game will be for whoever wants to go against the Chiefs. And what was the first game of this season? Thursday night? Can't remember.
It was a very surprising Lions win over the Chiefs.
Who did they beat?
The Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
In Arrowhead. And this game will be in Vegas. So if the Lions and the Chiefs already played this year and Lions beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
They might as well not even hold the Super Bowl. They should just record the same score as that first Thursday.
The Lombardi to the Lions right now is what I'm saying.
That's what I'm hearing. Realistically, all the Lions have to do is beat the 49ers, and then they're the champions.
That's what I'm thinking.
Math. I mean, I know you said you were good at math earlier, so I shouldn't have to explain this to you.
Great at math.
Yeah.
One of the best math people of all time. Speaking of math people, we recommended, I think, unanimously. Remind me, someone bet against us. Someone bet on the Ravens. Was it you, Ryan Perio?
Yes. I thought, like I said, the defense had really just let them down the first half and let them get, like I said, just terrible penalties. Like it's this game hasn't hasn't been where the Chiefs have just basically mollywopped them. It's been they've had the opportunities to basically stop a drive or to score points, and they've just basically shot themselves in the foot.
They sure have. I think NFL James and I recommended Chiefs money line. I also recommended Chiefs +3, and I also recommended Chiefs teaser with the Lions teased up to 13.5. So that's good news. Feels like I got a good shot at coming out on top if the Lions keep it somewhat close. But Paxton Bailey, that son of a bitch, thanks for getting blown out, which is going to be bad for my emotional status. And it's going to be bad for the podcast that we're hosting at Dingbat District Studios.
I don't know. We just needed some sort of tension. I hadn't said anything in a minute.
I love that you're playing the heel. That's good. That's good instincts out of you. We need a heel on this podcast.
I'm reverting to my ways.
Yeah.
If you really want
I
to
feel like
get me
Thomas
drunk.
Gunter was the heel for the podcast.
No, Thomas Gunter is usually the baby face.
I didn't realize there was a baby face for the podcast.
Yeah.
He's our charity tax write-off.
There was a famous clip on the channel that is going to be quickly not a top 10 clip because a lot of our other clips are doing pretty well.
Is it his Mike McDaniels one where he's talking about how he's like
Straight up sus. That
dude,
was
I love that. Guy.
honestly his best work.
Yeah, that was so funny, dude.
Run up the middle for a gain of 4. Yeah, that was really, really funny.
Honestly, shout out to Kyle Lambert last night. Had one of he had the best that I've ever seen him do last night.
I booked him.
So good.
We're watching the replay. They're going to say that's a PI. That's bullshit. And what's Lamar getting upset about? I don't understand.
Because he's looking at somebody that's triple covered and not looking anywhere else that maybe there's probably a blown coverage somewhere.
Visitors are quiet. It's what the Baltimore.
I think Baltimore Jesus is probably not there today.
I mean Stavros?
Hey, they got actually a sack on the Mahomes. Not something that happens too often.
And like we said, it's going to be a defensive second half.
Mm-hmm.
How many points have been scored this second half?
A lot of nothing.
0. 0.0. That's going to be the first time out by the Ravens. I'm going to go take a short break. You guys ready to banter or what?
We
going back to Pokemon?
Please.
I'll take on.
I
So
forgot about
going
this
over
debate. My bad.
Pazuzu. He was a
Pazuzu is actually a demon that claims to be Satan, but is a liar.
All right. So he's a demon that's a liar.
Mm-hmm. I would assume most demons are liars, to be
Right.
fair.
I feel like Paxton's only a fan of Pokemon because he also wears a hat. Ash Ketchum's also going bald. So
No, it was because all I had was the fucking Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red. That's all I did.
Did you play Pokemon Go when that came out?
Yes.
That's the only Pokemon game I've actually ever played, and I did enjoy it for a little
some
bit.
headshots there.
got stuck a little bit.
I guess it's Super Smash Brothers if that counts, but
Do you call timeout if you're Baltimore now? Because it's 4th down. You've gotten
You
the Chiefs
kinda-
off the field. Like, do you try to save time or do you let
how did Baltimore lose their first time out?
they just lost it just now with them
I would say Dragonite would beat the demon guy. I'm going to put out Dragonite.
What does Dragonite do?
See, I was thinking just maybe even a ripoff of your first take and just like
Another ghost type?
a Machamp. No, the first original one.
Oh.
Like a Machamp or a Machoke.
No, I want a little bit of mythological power behind me. Punt is away in the air, down 10, still a game. It's going to be taken.
Duvernay find a little Truck's his own guy.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah. And
Midfield.
it works.
He's been eating his Cheerios.
2 timeouts left for the Ravens. So if they score quickly here.
They have to score quick. They have to score. And then
They need a touchdown here,
and then
really.
Do you go for the onside kick or do you just try?
No. You try to score with 2 minutes off the clock. You kick the ball away with 2 timeouts and 3 minutes left. You stop the Chiefs again because it's been a defensive game. You kick a field goal, you go to overtime. Is what the mindset for the Ravens should be right now,
Okay.
in my opinion.
All right, Miles, come with another monster.
Have you guys successfully defeated Pazuzu? And you just
So tell me Pazuzu again. He's
We might have
he's
lost
a
that battle, but we'll take him
demon.
out with the next guy.
Who pretends to be the devil, and basically he just knows all.
but he's a
your-
demon. He's a ghost type.
He's a
And you're
demon.
trying to fight fire with fire. I don't know that works. We need
Dragonite.
light.
Dragon type is not fire. It's not. Dragonite is not a fire type Pokemon. Snap is away. Uh-oh, instant pressure sack, and he's gonna go down this time, Karloftis.
You're right, but you were also saying you want a haunted, ghostly theme to fight as your fit.
Poor on the
Well,
right
so
side.
I would argue that maybe Gengar takes out both of these guys, and I'm just having Dragonite clean up afterwards. I think Gengar is probably honestly.
I wish we had some sort of impartial
Lamar
referee. I
drops
have
back.
no
Keeps
idea.
in the middle.
ball caught out of bounds. Odell's getting involved. It'll be third and about 5.
I'd have a better chance of
And out of
understanding
bounds,
this
stop the
than
clock.
Jamie does if we started speaking Spanish, but it's very close.
And that's a callback, and that's things that you remember if you're a good comedian on a podcast. All right. Take
Timing is
note.
everything. Timing and having the timing of
When Miles found out I was bad at Spanish, he was like, "I am going to use that in
Lock
the
that
future." I don't know how.
Lo siento, mi amigo.
Stick around for the Lions game where Miles makes fun of my lack of swimming abilities.
I'm coming
Snap
after your
us
whole
away
family for triathlon.
Sombreros and pools. It's
out of his hands.
he's
Caught. First down.
Dude, the Baltimore Ravens have run the ugliest game. Like, they should not be in contention right now.
They're running the Cobra right now.
He's just juggling.
That looks like somebody who has a torn rotator cuff throwing a football.
I want somebody to do some, like, Hanna-Barbera sound effects, like, on that. Like,
we had Chris Berman, please.
Uh-oh. Play action. Lamar drops back.
Uh-oh.
Pressure hit inside the 40. Clock's going to run, which is really the main issue.
This is
mhm.
there is no urgency
Yeah, they need two
They got to
scores,
score.
guys.
They got to score
twice in
in the next minute, in the next 65 seconds.
Definitely before the 2-minute warning. Like, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Snaps away, drops back to pass, throw, jump throw, caught over the middle. It's Hill again, and he'll be inside the 30. I think,
Something
almost
is wrong
thinking about
with
kicking
this.
a field goal right now.
Something
Clock
is
is running. They can't call a timeout. They can't use it now.
No.
But they gotta
got
go
I don't think
fast.
they go field goal
Yeah,
yet.
They got to go
They're
fast.
not going fast enough.
They're not going fast
They
enough.
do need to act like they have.
Or wait, we got an injured Chief.
Oh, good. So the Chiefs are going to stop the clock for him here.
Shades of the UT Washington game where the running back hurt when the Washington was going to run the clock out and their running back got hurt and it stopped the clock and gave UT the chance to
Mhm.
actually go down there and almost win the game.
So not inside the 2. So I don't think the Chiefs will be charged with a timeout here. But
Does stop the clock.
does stop the clock and is going to get a tackle out of the game, which is going to be important always. Cramping, muscle cramping. People say it's hydration. It's not. It's
You
conditioning.
always say that, and that's something that I don't know that I agree with.
Is it
You
really
espouse.
0%. You can't point to any peer-reviewed study that would say that it has anything to do with hydration.
Yeah, but I
0%.
can have a muscle cramp doing nothing though. Like I'll have a muscle cramp in the middle of my sleep.
Yeah.
It'll wake me up. How is that conditioning? I'm not doing anything.
Because you're so out of shape that you're cramping while you're sleeping. No, I'm just
Are they
kidding.
going
I was
to put
gonna
time
say-
back on the clock too? Because I'm looking at your feed over here. It says 3 minutes 33.
So I wrestled for 11 years of my life. And the
Now you're
first
just wrestling with your emotions, so I think it still counts.
I've been wrestling with my emotions for 29 years of my life. But I've been wrestling other people at an amateur level for 11 years of my life. And we had a lot of cramps in the first 2 weeks of the season. And then on Thursdays and Fridays, where we would be purposely dehydrating ourselves to try and make weight in the middle of the season, late season, 0 cramps.
I'm not saying that conditioning can't
Snap.
overcome a lot of things.
Pressure. Lamar Jackson rolls out to the right, and he's going to step up, and he's going to be Lamar Jackson here, and he's going to get hit
Oh,
inside
That's such a bad decision.
the 25-yard line. Clock's going to run. They got to score a touchdown.
If you're
within
an
30
athlete
seconds.
training specifically for a specific goal, i.e., wrestling and weight, I can 100% see how you could overtrain so you could cover that. But as an average Joe, a Paxton type, if you will.
Fuck my ass, dude. I'm a tight end.
Incomplete pass. I agree with what you're saying. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Hydration, I think, does make an impact in most people's lives on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. I agree. And the reason Paxton is cramping at night is because he is a piece of shit and he's not drinking water.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Recently fine.
I'm joking.
I didn't have my Brita on the
Don't be too defensive.
Even if
here.
I did have my Brita, it wouldn't have fucking
He's
mattered.
cramping right now. He's just hiding it so he won't be embarrassed.
Yeah. Anyone have any Vagisil? Because I'm still butthurt over Spirit.
Oh,
Give me my luggage back.
Snap is away, drops back to pass. And Lamar's got a good pocket again. He's going to throw it away.
Oh.
No one in the area. That's going to be a sack. It's going to be
4th and 5. You got to kick a field goal.
Yeah, definitely kick a field goal. They should have kicked the field goal on 2nd down. Ooh, okay. They could have gotten a call there if Lamar threw it even in the general vicinity of likely.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't. And Justin Tucker will be on the field for the 2nd time in this game, even though Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes bullied him.
He did not get his warm-up reps that he had wanted.
Didn't get his warm-up reps. He's only 17 to 21.
But this, outside of that drive where Zay Jones fumbled, or Zay Flowers fumbled, they have not looked in sync. And so I don't know.
That Zay Flowers fumble.
Kick is up, and kick is good. It'll be a 1-score game. The Ravens will probably kick the ball off deep and try and stop him with 2 timeouts and score a touchdown to tie the game. So the Lions are scheduled to play in 30 minutes, you guys.
Probably.
Should we order food or?
I think we should. The hungry person in the group says yay.
I don't feel hungry yet, but I'm sure I'll smell food.
I already did.
What do you order?
Oh,
Pizza?
Paxton, what a good host.
Nice, dude.
What did you order, buddy? Jets?
Cheese and pepperoni pizza.
Hell yeah, dude.
Not
God,
Jets.
Paxton Bailey's such a good host. He moves literally entire pieces of furniture so we can Ethernet into the computer.
Yeah, dude.
And now he's got food ready for us.
He lets us take over his fucking couch.
The casting couch. This one's actually a casting couch. That's why it's a dark upholstery. So
According to
So you
Paxton,
can see the
Dante
money
got
shot?
the third base on the According to Paxton, Dante got the third base, and then he chaperoned to make sure it didn't go further.
No, I said I thought about it because it was also low bones for Dante if that was the case.
Low bones.
Yeah. He was going after quantity at that point instead of quality.
Hey, whatever Dante is into, I'm into.
Numbers are numbers.
That's not real. But the kick is up in the air. And kick is into the end zone. Dante lives in Ohio now, and that's all you need to know.
Or Minnesota.
We can't remember.
It's like Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world did Dante move?
Didn't he change his last name online to like Piz or something like that?
I thought he was just comedian Dante.
Dante Piz.
So when I first introduced him, he wanted to be known as Dante because he didn't want people to know what he said out loud.
Yep.
And then he changed it to Dante Pizzini.
I think he's just Dante Piz now.
Dante Piz.
I might be wrong on
That's
that.
worse.
This could be slanted.
Handoff up the middle. Flag. Are they gonna start getting involved here? Call a hold on the Chiefs to stall the.
Kelsey going at it again.
What's this guy's
dude?
problem?
What is going on with Kelsey tonight?
He hasn't got laid in a little bit.
Taylor's like, I only want you. Oh, on the defense.
What?
Yikes.
The mistakes of the Baltimore Ravens.
John Harbaugh is making an absolute mess of this. And you know what? This makes me feel even better about the Lions. Because people were saying they want a Harbaugh double championship in college and in the NFL. And what I'm saying is they want a double Michigan championship, college and NFL.
Lamar Jackson does not look like a happy man right now.
I wouldn't be either.
I mean,
Except, if I was that rich, I would probably be a little bit happier
Yeah.
overall, but maybe not in the moment.
but I mean, this is
And that's a first down. And that's literally game. They literally just lost the game on that play. Like literally just lost the game on that play. That's game over.
What just happened?
They got another first down here because.
Well, actually, I don't know if it is because there's no time that's ever run off the clock. Like we have not.
But it's a first down. It's a free set of downs. It's essentially over.
Unless
I
it's
mean,
a false start on the offense.
well, I mean, we'll see.
Nope.
Yeah, just tries to time it and does not go well. Raquan Smith,
Yeah.
Patrick was like, "What the hell?"
what are you doing? That's literally game.
Unnecessary
Unnecessary roughness. That's 15.
Yeah, not
Game
a good look, dude.
over.
I hope that felt good.
Hey, you know what the good news is it's really nice and sunny outside right now.
It is. It's a beautiful day.
We took a nice little halftime break, and we're going to take another little halftime break. Hopefully, I can set up the stream in time, and we'll be back for the Lions game.
Wow, that is just
Not what you like to see out of a team in the AFC Championship game.
No.
it looks like because it's coming from both sides. It would be one thing if it was just defense or just offense, but it's like both sides of the football are kind of putting the other in impossible positions.
That is a tackle for the loss. So the Ravens are going to take a timeout here. Their second timeout of the game, probably, right? They haven't showed it yet.
There it goes.
There it is. So the clock is stopped at 2:23, and the Ravens are down 7. Lamar Jackson looking very concerned on the sidelines.
But it just looks like a team that doesn't look like they're prepared.
The Ravens, yeah, I agree.
And it's kind of shocking after what they put together in the second half against Houston. Like it was competitive for the first half, but the second half, the Ravens showed they were clearly the superior team and just walked away. Walked them out the door. But this team, like from the get go, they've gotten under their skin. It just feels like they're not playing with a focus. It feels like both sides are trying to win the game on their own and not working together.
Hands ball off to Pacheco again. He's going to get munched up after gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and long, and it'll be an interesting decision here for the Chiefs whether they pass it or run it. Go ahead.
So far, it really feels like the Chiefs have had like a dozen opportunities just put their foot on the throat of the Ravens, and they have not successfully done that at any point.
They're a beatable Super Bowl team
Mhm.
this season. I agree.
What is also frustrating is you see the Ravens still like playing that edge of borderline personal foul. Like you would think once he's on the ground, you don't try to stick another helmet in there while he's laying on the ground and try to, because it's like if you give them a first down, another first down with a personal foul penalty,
This is a huge play right here.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is basically for the game. Doesn't quite seal it, but a first down. So they're going to throw it here. They have to throw it here.
Pick 6.
Paxton's got money
First
on the
down
Ravens.
seals the game essentially. Throw deep to the right. Marvin Valdez-Scantling
He
caught.
catches the ball.
Essentially game over. And it is game
Feels
over.
like it.
It's game over. Thank you guys. My name is Jamie Jakes. Please subscribe to the channel. You can follow me at JMJKS on X. We'll be doing fantasy football stuff in the off season. Ryan Perio at Ryan Perio on pretty much all social media platforms. Thank you for being on. What do you have to tell the audience?
Just enjoy the NFC Championship game. I'm going for Detroit. I don't know about the rest of the audience. I assume a lot of the viewership is going to be a Lions fan.
Are you sticking around for the? Yes. Okay, you are sticking around. I think we're gonna have 5 individuals on the casting couch for the NFC Championship game, which is gonna start in allegedly 22 minutes. Yikes!
I wonder how I sound. Because I'm like, if we're this good with 3, maybe we just space the mics out a little bit and everybody outside of you.
As far as I can tell, we all sound great.
Yeah. And
So
you're not even using one of your shirts.
But we don't have a
we don't have a 4th input because somebody dropped that thing that's $120 and a quarter of it doesn't work anymore.
Whoopsie-doodle.
Whoopsies. Anyways, also here with that, Mr. Most Days Off, Miles Francis. Thank you for being on. Also, definitely sticking around for the next game.
Dude, I wouldn't miss it, man.
NFC
Win or lose,
Championship
I'm gonna
game.
see the most emotional Jamie Jakes I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah, and it's going to be an emotional roller coaster. What do you have to tell the audience?
Follow me at Mr. Most Days Off. Stick around. Come hang out with the next game for us. We're gonna have a riot. It's gonna be a good time.
At Bailey_comedy on all social media platforms. Dingbat District on YouTube. We are recording from Dingbat District Studios in North Richland Hills, Texas.
Hey,
Appreciate you for that. What do you have to tell the audience?
stick around for the next episode. I'm pulling up something right now. Saturday, February 24th, I am on the roast of Sean K. the Showman at Sharks Comedy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So come out and see Miles and I on that. That'll be fun. Other than that, check out the new episodes of Dingbat District coming out. And here pretty soon, we've got big, urgent news coming out. So y'all stick around for that as well.
Big urgent news. You want to break
On the
it? On what
Dingbat
are we talking about?
District?
I want to make sure that we're 100% squared away before we.
But according to your sources, what might be happening? Maybe we go into twice a week.
Hint at it. Give us a Taylor Swift-like Easter egg.
More Dingbat District.
That's what I'm liking.
Mm.
That's what I'm liking. We
Can't
need
get
more
enough.
Dingbat District videos. We need more Dingbat District clips.
I always want more Double D in my life.
Bingo.
Damn right. Daisy
Give me the
Beacon.
D, is what I always
Boy,
say.
he just turned on the Jets.
He sure did. And there's your first kneel
Snap
down,
down,
and
yeah.
that's going to be pretty much the game. Do you guys notice do you guys hear about the potential snafu at the Lions game where they took a knee where the Buccaneers could have technically taken a timeout?
I did see that. Yeah.
To-
He said they were going to kick a field goal anyway.
Force the field goal. I like that he didn't.
Yeah.
And I like that the Lions did what they did. I liked how they did everything. If I was a fan of the Buccaneers and would have liked them to stop the game there, I liked that they didn't, out of the respect of the game. Because out of the respect of the game was over. So I like what they did there. But that definitely did happen. PBLE_comedy. Probably going to go to once a week now.
Most likely.
We're trying to.
Yeah, especially because I don't think I'm going to end up taking that second job I was alluding at a while back with the other club.
Other club who's definitely not listening right now.
Who's definitely not. But yeah, I think we're going to be able to stick around here more. And I think I'm just going to end up making less money and paying to live alone and shit like that.
Hell yeah. Love that. Love you, buddy. If you need any help, especially with the clips, if you want to send me just like a timestamp of your clips, I'll put some good clips together for you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, at the moment it's going to get a lot better because we like doing 3 promo clips to post for each episode, and if we go to once a week, like we most likely are on,
Can post 6 days a week, 5 days a week.
exactly,
Yeah.
and then leave 2 for just non-posting sake, or even end up posting
Bank
on those
it.
days. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if we end up posting once a day, the algorithm's gonna like that a lot more. Hopefully.
Yeah. Definitely. You just got to be consistent. You got to let the algorithm figure out where to pump your shit out to.
Right.
And whoever they figure out how to pump your shit out to, they'll like you. And we're seeing Ravens crying on the sideline, which is unfortunate. But that's good for me who bet Kansas City money line. It was easy bet. Script writers wanted it. Not surprised at all. Ryan Perry, any last thoughts?
Nope. Let's get to the next game.
Good night.
We're on to the NFC Championship.